Hello, folks. Welcome to Babylon 5 Sunday. It's going to be a big one tonight. We've got 2 episodes to cover, and we have more panelists than we normally have tonight. We got some special guest appearances, so I'm going to get on with a very short thing right here. We're doing GROPOS. That's ground pounders, for those of you not in the know. An episode that has some interesting aspects. We'll be keeping it kind of short, but we will talk about some of the important philosophical and story-based ideas in it. And then we're doing All Alone in the Night, a very beautiful episode. This is when the stories and these long story arcs really start taking form. Delenn is going to be, I don't know, she's going to be going through some stuff. Sheridan's going to be going through some stuff. Kosh is going to be going in your dreams. This is when it really starts happening, folks. So let's bring on our panelists. And I'm going to introduce this lady first. You know her as Liza. So, folks, you want to check out some cigar box guitar, some leg fiddles and designs and making musical instruments, please do check out Psyche Opera down below, link in the description, or at Psyche Opera. And you get some tutorials and some performances and all sorts of fun things from this lady right here. How you doing, Liza?
Yeah, here.
It's one of those Sundays.
One of those days.
Well, if anybody feels like, the defenses might be overrun, no worries at all. We are heavily protected here. We are well guarded by this archer in residence. His name is Colin. In displaying his fletchings, we have Colin right here.
Good evening, folks, or good morning in real time.
Yes, as you can tell, Colin is on the other side of the pond where it is past midnight. It's the next day already. And how does the future look to you, Colin?
Dark and hurts. I was out shopping yesterday. Well, Saturday, yesterday, across the road, and I didn't notice it. I stepped up the curb, and then they got some up curb things or something, and I tripped over straight down onto the paving stones. My knee hurts like hell at the moment, and I've got a grey just to the side of my eye. So at the minute I could have the whole thing on, just my right knee. So.
Oh no!
Yeah.
You're among friends. We're here to say everything's going to be all right, but you are also amongst plenty of other people with all sorts of problems.
Oh yeah, trust me. At my age, it's just adding to the aches and pains.
That's what we're going to do. One of these weeks, we're going to have a status report of all our ailments coming up on earworms. But in any case, here's a young one.
Hey, what the hell are we supposed to use, man? Harsh language?
I'd like to keep this handy for close encounters.
I heard that.
Dutch Gradient, how are you doing?
Hey, everything's ticky-boo with me. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Okay, yeah, well, I did call you the young one after all.
Yeah, I'm not sure that's really applicable here.
Now, our penultimate guest tonight is our dear friend Mike Gorley, who you've known for many a year here on Earworms. We are coming up upon 2 years, and in June it'll be 2 years that we've been doing this. And
I was wondering who the sixth person in the chat was.
Yeah, this guy's been a rock all that time. Mr. Mike Gorley, also a channel you want to check out for some fine guitar playing, some fine Native American flute playing, some fine dutar playing, and his own instrument builds and stuff. Please welcome Mike Mountain Hawk Gorley.
Oh, I had a thought, and now I've lost it. It was right there on the.
Magic Mike the Brown.
Wrong intro for Mike. How dare you?
Yeah, that
Not
was
the first
a little
time.
weird. But then I'm a little weird, so there you go. What is happening, everyone?
Well, as you see, we have a large panel tonight, but you can sneak in a nice tagline to tell folks how you're doing and what you're up to.
Oh man, I am up to no good.
Excellent. Good man.
Good. Yes.
I don't know. I think I've had some
Are you saying you're up
of
to
my
mischief?
builds on YouTube here lately.
Good.
New instruments and things of that nature to just shake it up a little bit. And
Awesome.
He says he thinks because he does do this in advance, and so he's not sure where his
I'm looking
scheduled
at it right
streams are
now.
at.
There's
Okay.
like 2 ladybugs dancing in the moonlight, first flight, and some little short ditties like, have a beautiful day. Horrible announcements, just telling people just horrible things. Have a beautiful day. What kind of message is that in this
I
world?
know, right?
Don't tell
Mike?
me. Don't you go and tell me what to. I mean, thank you. You too.
Back in my day, we used to bitch and moan.
By
Well,
golly.
thank you, Mike. You do bring a lot of happiness to us, and we're especially glad to have you tonight for the first time on Earworms, but probably you're not new to this lady. She's a mother again, and so she's celebrating. Well, you'll see in a minute, but she's celebrating that, and at the same time, she's going to be talking some Babylon 5 with us tonight and tomorrow on one of her streams on Monday. I believe it's 7 Eastern. We'll verify that, but I'm going to be there, so I better get it verified. We're going to be talking Babylon 5 and comparing it with Crusade, that spinoff that they attempted to do. So we'll be talking that tomorrow with her, and we hope you all join us tomorrow when we do that. And also, if you haven't moseyed by her channel lately, please do check it out. We do have tonight the Eclectic Goat, which we do need to be careful because I know that a lot of times, when we have goats in the vicinity, the British members of our audience can sometimes get a little bit funny. Please welcome the Eclectic Goat.
I don't think I've ever seen that clip before, and I'm very surprised because I thought I'd seen that entire show.
Well, that is Grace and Favor, as it was called in the UK, or the what do you call that? Are you being served again here?
Yes. Yep. Yeah.
But
I definitely have seen most of the original series. I thought I had seen all of Are You Being Served Again, but I have not seen that clip. So
but
Welcome all.
anyway, well, welcome aboard. I see Eraserhead's in the chat. He will be joining us tomorrow as well.
yes, Eraser is my super mod. He is awesome, and he mods for like almost everyone. It's a little strange if I see him in a chat and he's not wrenched. It's kind of bizarre.
No, he is wrenched here and has been for some time. Scott Hovitt is with us, I believe, tonight. He's a regular super mod, and of course, just about everybody in our chat is a dear friend by now. Anyway,
It did not stink. Dutch gradient.
I'm trying to remember. Eraser, there's one place I see you occasionally where you're not wrenched, and it always throws me for a loop. I can't think where it is though. Might be Roman's channel. Might be Roman's channel.
well, tonight we are going to get on to our stuff pretty early because we have a lot of it. So I'm going to bring up the slides, and Dutch Gradient likes to start the controversies early, so he's already critiquing my intro videos, and I don't know. I just used to enjoy it Saturday nights on PBS when they brought it in. There's only like 12 episodes, so. Oh, maybe he was talking about Crusade.
Well, there I would agree, but when it comes to grace and favor, he better watch out.
Oh, Crusade is, so bad.
Well,
and then I watched the video that was supposed to combine the two, and I was like, surely this is better than I remember, right? No, it's not.
No.
But the question is, have you watched Legend of the Rainers to Live and Die in Starlight?
If it's Babylon 5 related, I have seen it no matter how much, no matter how terrible it was.
It's the one that never got beyond the pilot movie. You will remember it for the Kung Fu gunnery system.
What? Ooh.
Was this one of the specials?
This was the last pilot, the last TV movie pilot. Never got. I think it was also one of Andreas Kasulich's last appearances.
Oh wow!
Yeah. There was the series. There were like 5 made-for-TV movies. I want to say 2 of which were supposed to become spin-offs. Rangers never made it. Crusade made it into a terrible, terrible cut short show. And then there was the animated movie thing that came out kind of recently. And honestly, other than Babylon 5 itself and In the Beginning, in my opinion, they're all god awful.
Oh, I quite like some of them. I quite like. I thought Crusade. The biggest problem with Crusade is it was butchered by the studio in production in the order it was produced. I don't have some good ideas, but.
Well, you know what? I think that's something that we'll hopefully see you in the chat tomorrow, because then you can bring.
Yeah, you can argue with us.
Bring that to bear.
What I was going to say? What times is the stream?
It's 7:00 Eastern time tomorrow.
So it'll be midnight your time.
Oh,
no, I want to argue now.
I mean, in my opinion,
I've been waiting for the controversy.
So,
in my opinion, the only thing that Crusade had wrong with it is that it exists.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I was so sad when I started watching it. I couldn't even finish it. It was pretty bad.
Ranger said the animated movie is trash. Yes, the animated movie is also trash.
Although I've seen an interview with Peter Jurassic that was actually fairly recent. It was on another YouTube channel, and I mean, he didn't really comment on it other than just saying he enjoyed doing it. But I guess he was just glad to be working and so forth.
Well, I mean, he always seemed like he was having fun, whether the particular thing was good or bad. But I mean, that's part of why he was so good, was he just has so much fun with that role.
Oh yeah. He doesn't make an appearance tonight, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Because the 2 episodes we have are without Londo Mollari.
And that's part of the reason GROPOS was bad.
Well, GROPOS, we're not going to spend a lot of time on this, but there are some important points to it. There's something I do like about it. I think it is intentionally supposed to annoy you. 25,000 ground pounders coming to Babylon 5 unannounced, and they can be rude. They're starting fights, all this stuff. It's supposed to annoy you to a certain extent. And of course, I mean, the character Franklin's father is supposed to annoy you too, I think. But I think overall it does show the beginnings of the Clark administration, what they're doing militarily speaking, like how they're trying to extend their tentacles outward. And
I must admit, I did think it was one thing I thought was interesting, was it did show you something of the how the international diplomacy works, if you like. It shows you something about other than just interstellar diplomacy, how it actually works. Some interesting ideas there, I thought.
A lot of them relate to real life, like when we talk, we'll see coming up that, the main reason why they're getting involved in this civil war on another planet is to be able to get a permanent base there it's an important alliance, and it's like we don't care about who's right or who's wrong in their struggle. We're going to be on the side of those who can allow us to put a base there. So
I didn't think that this was a bad episode necessarily. I thought it was an unnecessary episode.
Which is one of the reasons why we were talking about skipping it.
Yeah, but we're going to have a little bit of it. But I do
By the way,
keep some of it short.
This right here with the guys marching out from the troop transports was some of the worst CGI of the show, because they're all in perfect lockstep. Which even in the military, you don't quite get that.
No.
Oh,
It
my
looks more
marching
like
band! You got
It looks
that?
more
man.
like a
We were
Warhammer
awesome.
40K thing.
Yeah,
It
it
does,
honestly does. Especially with those dropships.
Well, maybe they were in Drum and Bugle Corps or something.
Now, this one I also was wondering about. You've got 4 rows of people here. 3 of these rows are moving fast. The third one, that one you can see isn't moving. They're just standing stock still. And I'm like, why aren't they moving?
Well, fortunately,
Whoever's
brief
checking them in
image.
sucks at their job.
It is a brief image, and it might have been one used for a game, or
No,
going to be
I'm
used
talking
for a
about
game.
the scene when it was live. The third row is not moving. The other 3 are, and they're moving fast.
Well, they got the slow border agent or whatever they're going through.
It's
there.
automated. You got one guy going, okay, wait, which wrist do I use?
Oh yeah, and then this guy. Well, he might be holding it up because he has to yell at everyone coming through. I call him Sergeant Slaughter.
It works.
So, honestly, my theory always was that they put the people who are most likely to be troublemakers all in one group, and they get extra attention, and therefore they're also slower.
Oh yeah, like
Typically-
Bad Batch or something like that.
Typically in the military, if you have a couple guys who are troublemakers, you separate them and put them into a different squad where the other guys will keep them in line.
Oh, it absolutely makes far more sense that way. But that doesn't necessarily.
It's Hollywood, by the way.
Well, because if you look at it, like when they leave, they're all pretty much in the same line. All of the ones that have been getting into fights and everything else.
Yeah, that's true.
This dude is always seems to be in charge of the ones that are getting in the worst trouble.
Well, he's the one that yells at people because that's the idea. The drill
what the
sergeant
sergeant
guy.
does.
Drill sergeant's supposed to do that, especially in Hollywood. So it's like Private Benjamin and all those things, all the things we grew up with.
Of course, the one improvement they could have made, of course, it could have been the gunny. It could have been Arlie Ermy. But I'm not sure if he was making movies in the early 1990s.
He was in Frighteners.
So, right.
But yeah, that's the thing. But it's what an audience would expect. And he was, good at that role and everything. I forget the thing he was saying, but they did, like, instead of swearing, he said something else. And I remember that it was something they obviously made up for the show, but not memorable enough for me to remember it right now. But, I'm not good at the memory thing.
Yeah.
But here she is, Dodger. And we'll get to know a little bit more about her later. But she comes in and it basically tells her who she is. And she's like, yeah, that's me. And so
It's funny. The first time I rewatched this weekend, I would swear the computer said Dorman, Dorman, and then the rest of the whole episode, I'm hearing Derman, and I'm going, did I hear it wrong, or are they saying it wrong? And then I watched the second time, and I was like, okay, it is Derman.
I didn't check the subtitles.
Listen to a computer try and pronounce the word eclectic sometime.
God.
Like, it's quite possible it just pronounced her name wrong.
No. Again, on a second rewatch, it definitely says Derman.
Well, there are times that Jakar does call Londo Mollari Mollari.
And those of you who are Star Trek Next Generation fans might recognize Private Derman from Starship Mine, Die Hard on the Enterprise. She was the leader
yes.
of the thieves.
Yeah, she was, wasn't she? Now you
Yep.
say it. Yeah, she
Kelsey.
was.
Yeah, she played Kelsey.
I don't remember
And-
that episode.
And I've had a crush on her since this episode and that episode ever since. Oh God.
Well, Garibaldi wouldn't mind then. Unfortunately, she's no longer with us.
Spoilers.
Well, I don't know about the actress, but the character.
No, the actress is still with us. And still
Okay,
gorgeous.
that's good. But anyway, Dutch, can you do us the honors since you were the subtitler?
Earth Force calls it a classified operation. I call it a nightmare.
Yeah.
What's our status? We've tripled and quadrupled up, and we're still 400 billets short. Because he was told they have to find room for 25,000 troops.
Yeah.
Which is nothing compared to what this has done to our docking schedule.
What?
Wait,
Actually, can I ask a question?
Yes.
Why does Ivanova sound like Nimue?
Because I don't do very good women's voices. Unless they have an accent or an affect.
All right.
Wait until those ground pounders hit the wreck areas.
Well, Colin, you did last 6 weeks as we did Merlin 1998,
And as I recall,
And this
Nimue
Wednesday
sounded-
coming up is Excalibur. So.
As I recall, Nimue sounded much more like this.
You could give her a Russian accent.
She had one in episode 1 a little bit.
She failed at having one in the first episode.
She wasn't in the first episode. She doesn't show
No,
up until
we don't
second
mean the
episode.
pilot.
Her first episode.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah, we don't mean the pilot. In episode 1, yes, she does try to do Russian accent kind of a little bit, but didn't work out. They're just like, no, just sound serious and bothered. That's good enough.
Wait until the ground pounders hit the wreck areas.
Yeah.
You ask me, I think someone in Earth Dome has gone completely mental. Well, that's it.
Uh-oh.
It's a clip now.
Careful.
Go back.
Yeah,
It was a
we
clip.
do have a clip. You're right. You caught it. We do have a clip here.
I was about to say that's an interesting.
Garibaldi was overheard, and
I'm very busy, Stephen. What do you want?
That's the wrong clip.
Right
Mhm.
for today. The wrong
What
clip.
the heck? Yeah,
We're just trying to find ourselves a new giant. That's all.
but I'm trying to see here where it's numbered as if it's the right clip. Oh, what happened?
Haha, fooled you.
Okay, well, in any case, I think it was a clip that I decided not to do in hindsight, and so basically he comes in, and
That's an
this is the
interesting
first.
opinion. Yeah,
Yeah, that's exactly what the clip was going to be. Yeah, so I decided
That's
not to go ahead with it.
that's an interesting opinion.
Yeah.
I had an Alfredo Garibaldi under my command during the Dilgar invasion. Excellent soldier. That was my dad. So much for genetics.
So
And-
that is
and fucking
Stephen
you, sir.
Franklin's father, General
Yeah.
Franklin, and we can already see that he's a bit witty.
We can also see where Franklin gets his arrogance from.
Yeah,
Nice.
I didn't include the whole scene here, but basically, they're coming in to meet this guy that just rolled in with 25,000 troops. He's the general, and he's a bit mean, nasty. He's what a general, I guess, would need to be kind of, but he seems to take a little extra pleasure in kind of like putting people down, and so he had to say that about Garibaldi, just because Garibaldi thought that they must be going mental doing this. You think
Why
the
not?
general would understand
Right.
that, this is a little bit nuts. It's going to be hard on these guys. They got to do it. But,
Well, I
let
know.
it go.
One thing I noticed there, though, if you notice the difference between Ivanova and Sheridan and Garibaldi. Ivanova and Sheridan are braced. Ivanova not so much, but Garibaldi just on the casually his hand in his pockets talking to a general.
Yep.
Oh, yeah,
And
that's
you'll
true.
notice, and you'll
And
notice
that's
he
why
doesn't
we
have-
like him.
And you'll
Yeah.
notice he doesn't have a rank. He is not military.
And that's interesting because that's something always a bit confusing with. But what is Earth Force? And is he Earth Force or is he not? Because
he is Earth Force.
Yeah, because other times he's referred to as
Earth Force security.
Mm.
And what other show had a security officer at this time who was kind of like not quite, you know? He was,
you mean another thing that Deep Space Nine stole from Babylon 5? Yeah, who knew? It's almost as if the entire show is
Garibaldi is not a shapeshifter. He just has bad genetics.
Yeah.
We didn't want to speak over if you had something you wanted to add there.
Oh, I was going to say he does have fairly high Earth Force security, which would suggest that he is at least got background checks going on. I did think that the General's casting was really good because I hated Franklin through the entire series.
Yep.
So this guy being such a jerk fit perfectly to me.
Absolutely.
I didn't include the actor's name in the slides. I was hoping Dutch would. Yeah, I was hoping Dutch could make up for that.
Thing is, this shows what an amazing actor Paul Winfield is because in the two major roles I can think of besides this one being Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan and The Terminator, he plays really likable characters in both of those movies.
Didn't he play a TV dad too?
He may have. I don't know. I guess I can look it up.
As we go forth, you might be able to look that up. Mike Gorley, how are you doing? He's probably.
Well, I have to unmute my mic before I can talk, I guess.
What? Huh?
I think next time I come on, it would probably help if I watched the frickin' episode.
Well, I mean,
generally, yeah.
You know
I
what?
really
Man,
have nothing to say, man.
Well,
Probably
you know what? I just wanted to, you know, extend that out there because I feel bad. We haven't done music in a while, and I had to cancel Friday. But next Friday, we are going to be doing the Fender Stratocaster, and then Mike will be talking a lot.
Oh, yes. I will be talking.
Mike, you just need to learn how to fake it. You just say, like, the redhead's really hot, and, you know.
The redhead is hot.
See?
Cool beans. There you go.
Heck yeah, she is.
There you go. But yeah, I'll probably go to bed here soon.
All right, sir. But I wanted to make sure
maybe
folks
next
realize.
week I'll try watching the episode.
Well, I
do
just
like
wanna-
Babylon 5. I just haven't kept up like you guys.
Well, he is our guy that is watching it for the first time as we go through this. So,
Mike is?
It's great to get. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, Mike.
Oh, wow.
But he hasn't gotten to this one, so he can't say.
Mike doesn't watch a lot of TV. Mike's a music guy.
Is Mike? Huh.
I don't think any of us really watch a lot of TV anymore.
That's for sure.
You sure had me fooled.
Well, we're watching things that are
But
no
Mike,
longer
this
on
is
TV.
old 90s stuff, you know. I mean, like new recent stuff. We're totally, I mean, you could call us disconnected.
Well, I am. I mean, I've watched all the Star Trek stuff.
But one thing,
But we
Mike
don't
does
do
know
Star
his
Trek,
Star
so-
Trek.
What?
Mike does
Oh,
know
he-
his Star Trek.
Mike, I'm intrigued to know what you've been watching because there hasn't been any Star Trek on for the best part of 2 decades.
Well, no, I meant the original series.
Oh, what?
and
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah. I'm talking about the good stuff.
And he used to like, what was it, Twilight Zone before they
Oh, my God.
before they were hour long episodes,
Twilight
the
Zone,
half hour ones, and
Outer Limits.
Outer Limits, yeah.
Lost in Space.
So, Mike, in between.
No, I was
my-
not in the Lost in Space.
Oh, that's a shame. By the way,
Sorry.
Lawrence, I'm sorry, I'm sorry to tell
I
you.
didn't like
that,
Barney the dinosaur either.
Paul Winfield has been in so many shows and movies. I could not possibly tell you if he played a father in any of them, but probably did.
Yeah, I kind of remember him vaguely as like almost like a sitcom father.
He also was a short-lived general in Mars Attacks.
Oh,
again, playing a nice guy.
Well, anyway, there's a civil war on this planet here, and
Hey guys, I'm going to go ahead and say goodnight while I have the microphone on.
okay, man.
Good night,
Have
Mike.
a great show.
Good night,
I
Mike.
hope to
Good.
see some of you Friday.
Yeah.
where I will
Good.
be talking.
Good having you on, Mike.
All right, man. Good night, all.
Good night.
Night.
All right. But any case.
All right, one down. Nat. No, just kidding.
Well, you know, I have to do it.
Good. Well, now he's got any chance of a cup of tea. What?
What?
Now you see this really useful area map that we see on screen here. Well, this is the planet that they're basically is undergoing a civil war, and there's a bunker they're going to hit. Basically, they're going to take these 25,000 troops to do it, and they're all being led by General Franklin there. And yeah.
Currently, a division of troops is 10 to 15,000, led by a 2-star general. It looks like he has 2 stars. He said 25,000, so we can presume a division has grown.
Well, it's also a top secret mission. That's why Babylon 5 didn't know about it. They have to find a place to put 25,000 troops.
Right. My point being, though, a 2-star general does not typically lead 25,000 troops in the current military. So we can presume they've.
Well, this is the 23rd century military.
Saying, Lawrence.
I am not. I am not military, but it does seem like even if there were 2, somebody would still be the overarching general. Like maybe there's a 1-star general, like running half of them.
Oh, he
maybe
would definitely
Sergeant
have.
Slaughter is really just a
He would,
sub general.
He would definitely have colonels and lieutenant colonels and majors and captains. It wouldn't just be him and a sergeant. No.
Well, I was just saying maybe there are 2 divisions and he's just the he's just kind of the leading in charge.
Again, right. You're right. That definitely could be. But again, then he would be a 3-star general. But
don't
that's all
quote
right.
me in saying that guy was a sergeant. I just called him Sergeant.
He is a
Slaughter.
sergeant.
Oh,
He is a
okay.
sergeant. They say
All
that.
right.
They call him Sarge repeatedly. They so what I wondered was how they get their military forces in this day and age, because you were talking about if you have troublemakers, you wouldn't normally keep them together. So where I can speak from personal experience is that the 2 places you do put the worst of the worst together are psych hospitals and prisons. I kind of wondered whether or not, because later on there's a comment made about like they don't really have a choice in the military, and I sort of wondered whether or not they now get some of their military forces through non-voluntary prison.
Yeah,
that was a bit of the backstory for Vasquez and Drake in Aliens, the 2 smart gunners. They had been doing petty crimes. They were serving time, and a judge gave them the option of getting out of jail if they would serve in the military.
Well,
yeah, I mean, it's not.
So they joined up.
I don't think it's very uncommon. I mean,
no.
Game of Thrones, the Wall are mostly prisoners. So
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, but it is, and the other thing is you do get you do sometimes get in history the Germans, for example, in World War II, they had penal battalions. The Russians, I think, did as well, where you got your bad seeds, not necessarily criminals, sometimes more politicals, but where you got them together, and they were the ones that were given, the assignments. They were the first ones on the beach and this sort of thing, where it didn't really matter if they survived or not.
Well, I mean, philosophically speaking, it is. This is a whole downer mission, and one would hope. I mean, like here we get the beginning of it. I don't think we should make Dutch read all this, but basically the main idea is they don't even know. The soldiers don't even know what they're doing. They think they're just. I mean, the cover story is that they're relief troops for IO. A lot of them, I guess, all of IO.
What's going on in IO that needs 250 or 25,000 troops? I wonder.
I don't know.
IO is specified later on, I think, to basically be the first line of defense for Earth.
Oh right. Oh, I see. So it's
so they're basically, like the fort that you have to pass. It's like Io and then Mars and then, but Io is, they put a lot more emphasis on Io because the Marsies are always in rebellion. So
yeah, but I mean, when you consider how the planets move around, it's kind of hard for the moon of Jupiter to be a shield
it's
for
the other
Earth.
side of the asteroid belt, really.
Well,
You
no,
got
the other
Io.
issue is that the Earth gate, transfer gate is on Io.
Right.
Basically, any invading troops that have to come through, they assume would have to come through Io.
Maybe for the garrison for the gate. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Or just pass it by. But in any case, it's an important position, apparently. But here, that's not where they're going. And the troops won't find out until they're already in striking position. And basically, in this discussion, the general does have some respect for Captain Sheridan, probably because of his record and everything, and his experience. I'm getting.
All right.
He has experience on this planet, and so he needs advice. The general does on like how to handle this bunker, basically, and so he's looking for Sheridan's help with that. And so basically, I mean, what we're seeing here is that also Earth has decided to do this because Clark has a new position now because of the Centauri and Narn war. Since the planet that is having this civil war wants to quash this rebellion, since they're going to offer a base on that planet for Earth to, plant its military down, have a foothold. It's strategically important because it's close to the Narn and Centauri sectors, I guess.
So it's space, not Germany, then.
Yeah, pretty much.
Does anybody want to add anything? Is there anything I missed here from this conversation since?
Yeah, aside from the adding the weapons to Babylon 5, which
there you go,
which they didn't need to include in this movement of troops, they could have found somewhere better than Babylon 5 to move the troops to, and simply ask Sheridan to take a shuttle to wherever the heck the general is and say, "Hey, let me pick your brain about this."
Well, this is the closest jump gate. Also, they did mention that in the conversation.
Yeah, but it does make you wonder where the troops are coming from. Because if they're going to Io, where are they coming from that they're having to go through Babylon 5?
Well, they said this is the closest jump gate. I remember him saying that.
But Colin has a very good point there. Where were they before they came here?
I don't know. Earth?
I mean, humans do have colonies everywhere.
Yeah.
It's one of the things about Crusade that doesn't make any sense. Is they're like, human race is going to go extinct if this plague takes over, despite the fact that we have people on Mars and Io and 40 million other planets all over the galaxy.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I don't know that the extinction was the thing. It's just mostly, you still don't want to see Earth go like that.
No, I know, but they do several times refer to like Earth's going to basically go extinct, or humans will basically
a lot
go
of the
extinct.
species there. I mean, I don't know if the bonobo monkeys have their colonies elsewhere, or
humans would go extinct. It was mentioned many times in Crusade. It was so stupid.
Yep.
Yeah.
Didn't make any sense.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's a topic for tomorrow.
Okay, so you are all asking, is this wise? And it looks
and
like
Babylon 5 is supposed to be for peace. Yeah, but you know what? Peace through superior firepower. So shut up. We're doing it.
Well, I mean, and
It is
Babylon 5 is not.
Go ahead.
I was going to say Babylon 5, the Babylon 5 commander giving advice is hardly not being devoted to peace. I mean,
true.
They've got people coming through. So what? They're
No,
also taking care of Narn.
No, he's
on.
He's saying that in response to the extra guns and weapons and targeting systems and shields being added to Babylon 5.
Well, but that's still silly because they already have guns, they already have flyers, they already have. I mean, it would be one thing. It would be one thing if they had zero defenses, and now all of a sudden they're putting them in, but they already have them. They're just upgrading them. Like
they're upgrading them, but it's part of this sweep. And so maybe it's one of those things where Sheridan's seeing, policies seem to be changing in a way. And yeah, this is a diplomatic station. It's not like, yeah, it may be an Earth Alliance station, but since it is a diplomatic station, 25,000 troops coming through is an optics thing.
Yeah.
well, the much bigger issue, though, and that he never complains about, is they have already said that if things go badly, their fallback position is Babylon 5, which is full of civilians.
Yeah.
So they're going to bring their war to a space station that is a diplomatic, neutral territory thing, a place full of civilians.
Mm-hmm.
And that is they never complain about that or question that once.
Now, here's the problem with that, though. You said neutral territory, which is exactly what they say in the opening of every episode. And yet, in every episode we've been seeing since the first episode after the pilot, they have been regarding the space around Bab 5 as Earth space. And I don't get that. I don't get that at all. It's just supposed to be neutral.
Was that more of like a Clark thing?
No, it was before Clark.
It's more like an oversight thing.
Babylon 5 itself is considered to be Earth territory, but the space is neutral territory.
Well, they keep referring to the area around Babylon 5 as Earth space.
I mean, I assume it's a little bit like seafaring.
Well, when the guy comes in with the ship, when Epsilon 3, starts getting noticed, and what's his name? The guy that tried to prosecute Worf came in with an Earth ship and wanted to kind of like claim Epsilon 3. It's almost like it looks like it's something that Earth kind of thinks of it as Earth space, even though it isn't officially Earth space.
I thought it was like ocean territory, like a certain distance from a nation in the ocean is that nation's territory, but then the ocean itself further out is
I think it's that. I think it's something where the Earth likes to think of it because of their station here, like this is our territory, but it's like, well, the space really isn't. It's just the station that.
Yeah, it's not in anybody's else's sphere of influence.
Yeah, so it's one of those things where it's not their space, but they think of it that way because they got a station there. Is the best way I can put it. But anyway, let's talk about roommates. There's what's his first name again?
Dead.
I think it's Big, and I can't remember the other guy's name. But
no, the first name of our guy.
Kepper.
Warren.
I meant first name. Warren. That's right. We're trying to avoid the K word now that
we don't have to avoid it. It doesn't mean what it's just. It's fine.
Yeah.
I'm sorry I brought it up.
Well, Warren comes in, and we have big guy and little guy, and he doesn't like that space. But that's the other thing. It's like, man, 25,000 is a lot, and
there's also been a historical thing between Air Force and, ground pounders anyway. I did love the fact that they kind of included that.
Well, that's where they got the nickname Chair Force.
Heinlein covered that in Starship Troopers. But no, to explain to you Warren Kepper's name, I have a couple friends here who are from South Africa. And the day before we started covering the first episode with Lieutenant Kepper there, I was taught about this horribly racist term in South Africa for which you could be arrested if you say the word, which is Keffer.
His last name, yeah.
Huh.
But
now some people pronounce it Kiffer.
Name.
Some people pronounce it Kiffer.
Oh, okay, then you shouldn't do that. Don't do it.
It's probably more linked to the Arabic word, actually.
Again, there is an Arabic word, but the South African word actually is K-E or K-I-F-F-E-R.
Oh, Keffer.
Yeah, it became an actual racist term.
Yeah, they use it if you see the wild geese. It gets used a couple of times in that, and it's
Irish.
No, the wild geese. The
Royal geese.
No,
the wild geese.
Wild.
I thought they were an Irish division. South Africa.
No, the wild geese is a movie about mercenaries. If you're not familiar with it, and at one point you've got a South one of the guys he's setting up, and one of the mercenaries is a South African. And they end up.
Should never have brought that up again in the first place. So anyway,
the question was raised.
It's a good film, and it's actually based partly on
Roger Moore.
Yeah, Roger Moore.
Oh wow!
And Richard Burton.
Yeah, he's got a hell of a cast.
Yeah,
so much for genetics, because
here's where the two of them start talking, and Franklin shows off that he knows his dad's taste in juice. Yay! And they talk about their family, and then Dad.
Wait! I forget. Is it orange juice?
He prefers orange juice, but he found this special juice from some alien planet that's called mocha or kocha or something like that, and Dad likes it. Oh my gosh, that is good. But
someday I am going to go through and count the number of references to orange juice in this series.
I know this is like
it's
Orange
crazy.
Blossom with the Techno Mage. This, and then coming up, there's the oranges, the juice that what's his name, pharmaceutical man brings up from Earth.
No, I
There's
didn't think about
so
that.
many references to oranges and orange juice in this series.
I think J. Michael Straczynski really likes it.
Yeah, but then Dad starts talking about duty, and Franklin's saying, "Yeah, well, I'm a doctor." And he says, "Well, you should be a doctor for only humans." And he's like, "Yeah, well, F you, so F you too." And then his father, as basically after Dr. Franklin bitches him out for not understanding who he is, General Franklin is a coward and walks out of the conversation.
Yeah, I didn't include the conversation because I didn't want to get bogged down with the whole episode anyway.
Yeah,
but I didn't.
That's why I
felt like their conflict, you could kind of understand some of it, but it was broad. It was broad based, and I think it's more effective when it's hooking on something. They probably should have had it more linked to where maybe Franklin's decision not to engage in the research of the biological weapons they were doing on Earth, where he destroyed his research during the Earth Minbari War. If it could have linked to something singular instead of it seems like, they really have a lot of
baggage
issues. Yeah.
Hey, Brown, how you doing?
Mr. Brune. And so we move on from him, and we'll come back to those two. But the preliminary round was kind of like, wow, they have a lot of issues. It didn't seem to just be one thing.
90% of this show is about either Franklin's relationship to his father or Garibaldi's relationship with some woman he just met. And I have to ask, did anyone care about either of these? Because neither of them has any reference later on. Like, they never come up again.
It was good. It was good for Garibaldi to kind of show, all right, this woman that he knew from Mars and that he left in order to come to Babylon 5 meant a lot to him, that he still wouldn't cheat on her even though she's with someone else now.
Except that's not what he says. He says that he's worried about going too fast with Dodger because he always screws up relationships. He doesn't say, I don't want to be with you because there's this other woman. He says, I screwed it up with this other woman. I don't want to screw it up with you.
Yep.
And we get so many other references to Lise throughout the show. I honestly, can we curse on this show?
Yeah, you are.
I did not give a fuck. It was like a couple of bar fights, Garibaldi embarrassing himself, Franklin, who I already did not give a fuck about in any way, shape, or form, arguing with his dad a lot. I cared more about Warren and his roommates than anything else that happened in this show.
What really bugged me about the two guys in Warren's apartment was that they were smoking cigars. You know, cigarette smoke is bad enough. And if you've ever had a roommate who did smoke, you knew everything you owned would eventually start stinking of cigarettes. Now imagine it's one of those nasty old stogies.
I vastly prefer cigar smoke to
they do. Yeah, cigars do smell better, but it is still one of those things where in a contained environment like that, it is going to be like, ugh.
Yeah.
Well, okay, if you smoke cigars occasionally, it's not going to take on the smell of cigarettes if they're high quality.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but he walks into his own.
Well, they did that on purpose to just show the rudeness of the people. But at the same time, these guys don't care because they're being flown around. They don't know where they're going, and their life is not valued. So, and you get that from Dodger too. That's why she just wants to get laid. It's because
obviously
as she
not.
says,
But we'll get to that.
Oh,
that's kind of why I wondered whether or not they had some sort of like prison, like draft service or something, because they're just thrown away so easily.
Yeah. Well, there's no beds, so they wanted to take some from. Yeah, they wanted to take some beds from Franklin. He doesn't like it, but I think they were somehow able to get some more billets.
Yeah, because he only has 3 people in Med Bay, so get it on it.
He gets pissy. Ivanova says, "What's up?" He calms down. He apologizes. He moves people.
Okay.
And she accidentally lets slip something about the mission.
Oh no! And then here we go. Delenn. She's like kind of concerned about as a lot of dignitaries would be, and I think they would be concerned about seeing so many troops coming in. It's like, what's going on? And obviously they're not saying anything, but at the same time, Babylon 5 didn't even know.
Well, but again, like this exists only so that she can then get in trouble with a couple of the humans.
Exactly.
And get rescued. Like, I mean, honestly, this episode is one of the very few cases of like things happen just so the plot can move forward. Like the writing is usually better than this.
Yeah. Here's Mr. Bonehead. I call him the Bonehead here. Yeah, he's the one that's stirring up the problem, and he stirs up more trouble later. It's like,
because the problem here is they should have informed every dignitary on board the station, hey, heads up, there's going to be soldiers coming on board, but only temporarily, which would have negated that entire previous scene.
If they'd been given more notice, they might have been able to.
It would have taken a quick note to each one. Hey, troops coming on board, nothing big, here you go.
Yeah.
It should be an automatic thing with a station that has so many dignitaries
on Babylon 5.
No,
please
not over
stay away from the troops.
They don't ever, other than like the holograph thing, which they have to use through the planet, they don't seem to have an easy way to communicate.
Well, I think during one of the attacks that's coming up, during one of the attacks, I think they had a way to announce to the station.
They can send an ensign to knock on the door and say, "Hey, just here to just let you know."
Yeah.
I mean,
well, if they would have done that, then you'd be slightly less unhappy.
Now, this was the first. I
don't know. I mean, just because you say, "Hey, there are going to be troops here," doesn't mean that isn't going to upset people, and they aren't going to think.
Well, no, but it would have.
Us.
But it would have negated that last scene where she's going, "Why are all these troops here?" But by the way, that last scene with the fight, that was just the first of the girl bossing in this episode.
Oh yeah, Dodger is not just a dodger; she's a puncher too.
It's not just Dodger
and a kicker.
It gets awful. Not a single woman in this episode gets hit by a guy or fails to knock a guy down. Not one. And we're talking a civilian woman sitting on top of a table at one point.
Yeah, that was stupid. Dodger, I was kind of willing to give because she's the only one who's not drunk.
Yeah.
And that can definitely make a difference.
Mhm.
You know, they're both equally trained. She's faster and she's not shit-faced.
Yeah.
But yeah, the lady on the table was, unless, I mean, there are several races that apparently look like humans but are in fact like superpowered.
Yeah, maybe.
And
Yeah.
they were all female.
Wow.
I didn't think there were that many women in this. Maybe I just ignored them.
There were at least 3, as I recall,
Well,
including Dodger.
It was the 90s. They're trying to read.
Not counting the woman on the table. That was not a.
Yeah, I do have to say, every time someone talks about, like, you know, modern day television, you know, being full of girl bosses, I'm like, I watch a lot of 90s television. Let me tell you, this is not anything.
Yeah.
Xena, anyone?
Oh, jeez. But that was meant to be kind of funny.
Xena was.
It was.
Xena was. Wasn't she half a goddess or something?
Sure.
A
I mean,
demigod.
it was also basically a comic book. I mean,
Yeah. I'm not complaining about it. I'm just saying there were plenty of strong women in the 90s.
Yeah. And, you know, and that's where it's
Buffy.
kind of, yeah. But at the same time, it wasn't just like, I guess, so in your face, beat it into you sort of thing.
It wasn't so in your face, but I always had a problem with it being a martial artist.
Oh, yeah,
And
just give them
comparing yourself
skills.
to women, these girl bosses on TV. I mean, the way that I could realistically take down a man is with a baseball bat, maybe with something more powerful than that. And I trained. And then, you know, to see these women on television just take down a man, it's just, we could just do it with the proper training. It is not true.
Yeah.
The fight scene was basically one notch below the Drazi fight scene.
And I always
where purple and
resented-
green just went at each other.
always resented the fact that in order to be a strong woman, you also had to be as physically capable as a man. And I always had a problem with that.
Yeah.
Well,
our strengths are in different places. And there's nothing wrong with that. And this girl boss stuff that started in the 90s did bother me at the time.
Unless you had a really well-built, muscular and trained woman athlete versus a guy that's untrained and stuff.
Yeah, civilian.
Yeah, it's one of the things that I don't like about this. I mean, like I said, I'm willing to give Dodger the fact that she was the only one not drunk. But the toughest woman in this entire show, without a doubt, is Ivanova.
Yeah.
And she goes down and her leg snaps in multiple places in seconds when she gets caught. You know, and they're not even after her. She's just in the middle of someone else's argument.
Yeah,
because
but that also
she actually
happened to the
had
actress.
she actually had broken her ankle.
Yeah, I was thinking she'd broken it in a couple places.
Oh, I don't know about that.
But she, I mean, nobody ever thought like she wasn't tough because,
Right.
you know, she got her ankle broken.
Exactly.
I will say there aren't very, you know, if they had really been pushing the girl boss thing, there would have been like equal numbers men and women in the ground pounders, and there's not. There are very few women.
I do need to make an announcement here that if you see me or Liza disappear from the screen at some point, it's because we do have a thunderstorm outside.
Yep. A strong one too. Just snuck up on us.
So if power flickers, I don't have a backup system basically for the router and all that. So
we'll
if
keep our
power
fingers
flickers,
crossed.
yep. Hopefully our rural North Florida system will hold up. Okay, so anyway, here we go. They're discussing their plans and
who has the show memorized so that we don't need slides.
Oh, okay. All right. We're going to move along here. But, you know,
the general, if I may, the general's like, here's our plan. You're going to get killed. Here's another plan. There's mines. Well, he told us it would be easy. He lied. General, this is a big clusterfuck. Well, but we still have to go in. well, you're gonna lose a lot of men. Well, I intend to go in. You're a moron.
Yeah,
Sir.
that's basically it. And then here's where we get this clip because, and then Stephen, oh man, I feel bad for Richard Biggs having to do this, having to play not just the role, but at this point.
I'm very busy, Stephen. What do you want?
To talk.
We've already talked, and I do not wish to continue that conversation.
What I said, I didn't mean.
I didn't raise you to say things you don't mean. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got work to do.
It's always
What a
later with you, isn't it?
disgusting guy.
You are dismissed, Doctor.
Yes, sir.
And I don't choose to continue that conversation. Yeah, because you're a coward.
Yeah, that was also, just one of the most uncomfortable things.
I don't think either of them are cowards. I think they're both more interested in being right than in
fact-
achieving their goals.
The fact that he would not even be willing to continue the conversation tells me he is afraid to continue the conversation.
Well, it's also bad
Therefore-
timing.
He's just
It's
it's a
timing.
being in charge thing.
It's also bad timing. They're like doing this war meeting thing. It's like,
Yeah.
and he comes in to do a personal matter at that time. It's like, yeah,
No, I think he I mean this episode bothered me so much. And I dislike Dr. Franklin, but I did feel bad for him at this point.
Oh,
you know.
yeah.
Having met Richard Biggs in real life, I can tell you he was a wonderful man. He was nothing like Dr. Franklin in real life.
That's interesting because I've talked to many people who met him and they all said he was an asshole.
Oh
wow, he wasn't when I met him. He was the sweetest, nicest guy I can think of.
Okay.
Everybody has good days and bad days, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Except for Walter Koenig, who always has a bad day.
Yeah. Walter Koenig is an asshole. 3 times.
Well, anyway, here's where basically they also start talking about things personally here, and Sheridan gives him a little bit of advice on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said that, he and his father had
father to
problems
another.
too, but they still respected each other. And we find out that, Dr. Franklin's dad also kind of respects his son for, sticking to his own principles, even if he disagrees. He thinks it's important that a man stick to his principles. So, of course, he doesn't say that to him, but
Yeah, but then Sheridan backs up his son, saying, "Hey, one of the best doctors I've ever known. He'll never stop. He's always there, fighting for freedom over land and air. G.I. Joe." Sorry, and he won't back down for his principles. And Dr. General Franklin likes that. So moving on.
okay, we are. Boom, boom, boom. And that's what I was trying to say too. And then, okay, Welch is going to take care of this, so Garibaldi can go off and
on a date with Dodger.
Kind of, yeah. And so they go off.
He asks her, "What would you like?" And she says, "What would you like to see first?" She goes, "How about a restaurant? And then your quarters."
Yeah, I mean, she's bold.
Girl moves fast.
She's bold, and then that's when he ends up. This is where he gives her the goat talk.
Right.
I'm going to call it. I'm going to call it the goat talk now because she's the one that clarified it the most.
Everything he says here is legitimate, and if she just wants to get laid, she can be like, "Michael, I'm not asking you to put a ring on my finger.
Yeah,
I just want to fuck."
But he doesn't.
We can figure out. We can figure out whatever this is after. So
he's not
and
that
then we
kind
can
of
do
guy.
it.
He's not.
No,
that kind of
he
guy.
just needs to be talked into it. Every guy is that kind of guy.
Oh, not necessarily.
No, no, not every guy is that kind of guy. Garibaldi.
He brought her to his quarters.
I
Yeah,
think it depends on the scenario and the person.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think it's. Let's get on to a better show. I'm not better show, but better
so a better episode.
Okay. And
There's a reason we
Yeah, so
wanted
long and the
to
short of it,
skip this one.
so long and the short of it on this episode is Franklin and his dad make up. Dodger and everyone else say their goodbyes. They go off to war. There's
New
a lot of
defense kit.
fighting.
Dodger gets in trouble for making out with Garibaldi in line.
Yep, they smooch as they're about to leave. By the way, there was a huge bar fight in which you see two guys doing a lot of flying kicks, and then
there's a guy hanging from the lampshade.
Yeah, that's when it starts the whole thing after the initial two punches.
Yeah, right there.
And then then they start getting the casualty reports, and everyone except the sergeant and general who had a line ends up being shown dead.
Oh man, you just went through all my brilliant slides.
We said we were going to skip through it.
Here's the makeout. Here's the makeout thing. I don't show it, but they did a little makeout, and then
we've only been going for an hour and 8 minutes. So
yeah, and Sergeant Slaughter gives them a wink afterwards.
By the way,
here comes the casualty reports. Everyone's happy to know that Franklin's father survived. Oh, here's some live from the war footage. Okay. But anyway, yeah, everyone's happy to see that Franklin's father survived, and then he gets pulled away, and they're there to, just cover some other stuff, I guess, on CNN. And then here come the casualty reports from Welch, and Keffer can see that basically everyone he met died, and that's one of the things that I felt was good about the episode. In a way, it's very uncomfortable, but it just shows you that it isn't fun, happy comic war.
Pardon my saying, because this is going to be a bit of a spoiler, but the fact that she does not show up when everyone else does, and you know what I'm talking about, was just a crying shame.
What?
When she
in fifth season, a lot of people show back up. She is not one of them.
Well, she appears.
Why?
I guess.
Wait, did she? Oh, she did?
Dodger does, yeah.
Oh, that's right. I remember who doesn't show up. Never mind.
I thought you were making a comment that she just didn't do a good job.
No.
She was there.
I was remembering wrong. Sorry.
I thought the one thing I did like about this episode is that they show the guys who've been assholes. They show them lying dead side by side with the people that they were fighting with.
Yeah.
That like when you're on the battlefield, it doesn't matter what other petty squabbles you've had.
Yeah. I did think it was a bit of overkill though that everybody died apart from the answer could have been dead Dave. They're all dead, Dave. They're all dead.
Yeah.
Well, all the ones we meet, but I mean, Sheridan has said over and over and over again, this is going to be a slaughter.
Like
you're going to lose almost everyone, and they did. Like it just shows that Sheridan knew what he was talking about.
Yeah, it's just they literally might as well have had every single guest star in this, apart from Paul Winfield and the sergeant wearing red shirts.
Yeah,
it would have been.
I don't think so, because our we've been trained to believe that if you've got a name and you've had enough lines, that protects you.
Oh,
and the fact that it didn't was the only thing I liked about this episode.
Oh no, I
agree.
I agree. It was just that they all died. I mean, I see where you're coming from, but at the same point,
But we never see. Well, we only see one of them again anyway, and even though she's dead, but it's like, it was the whole point was that was the purpose for that story, was to show, okay, Earth is now in this position where it's willing to send people off to a slaughter, just to
and
get
it's somebody
foothold.
else's slaughter.
Okay. There was a show that was back in the 50s or 60s called Rat Patrol with 2 T's. My father liked to watch this show back when I was still in college. I was still living at home. I caught a few episodes with him. There was one episode that starts out and it's not the regular crew. No one from the regular crew is in this squad. who the heck are these guys? And I immediately said, oh, these are the Expendables.
Yeah.
And my father didn't know what I was talking about. I said, this is a story where everyone has to die and they don't want to kill the main characters. So they're going to introduce a whole new bunch of guys who don't matter. And my dad was angry at me for that, but I'm like, you seriously?
Yeah, well, it's writing, and
that's what this episode reminded me of.
Yeah. Well, now on to the stronger of the two episodes.
Which
we
was
do
still
have.
unnecessary.
Oh, this one's not necessary.
This one wasn't necessary either. The Delenn bit was interesting, but there wasn't enough to it. They could easily have rolled it into something else.
Yeah, I agree.
And the entire Sheridan line is completely unnecessary, except that it introduces us to the Narn later, who again, which again could have been rolled into something else.
And it gives us the only. I mean, I said there are two beats in this that are told important, which is Delenn, and at the very last 5 minutes.
The debriefing, I think, was
when Sheridan talks to General
Hague,
General Hague, General Fox.
The debriefing, and then their decision that at least the command staff is united that they're going to take the position, where they're going to be all alone in the night, as the episode calls it. Well, kind of. I mean, we're romanticizing it a bit, but yeah, they're basically,
Technically, the opening words in the episode are, he's talking about the station. So many miles of steel, all alone in the night. He's not talking about the people. He's talking about the station.
Yeah, but then symbolically, the station, or at least its command staff, is eventually going to be taking on that.
Yeah. If only they had better weapons with which to defend themselves. Oh, wait, never mind.
They just got them, so that's good. Now, we have some concerns here. Basically, Delenn's going to go off to talk to the Minbari, and, this is when Lennier is, saying he wants to go along, too. He's going to always be by her side, blah, blah, blah. And she gets nostalgic about some things, and then he gets creepy about things.
Well, to me, if we had covered the scene more, instead of reading his line, I'd have said, "Tell Delenn you love her," without telling Delenn you love her.
Yeah, that's basically.
I mean, he gets so friend zoned in this episode, and you can tell if it weren't for Sheridan, he might have actually stood a chance with her.
He's too young, though. He was.
It doesn't matter. He is there for her. He is devoted to her. She is seeing his charisma. He's winning her over.
I always looked at this as the proof that nice guys finish last.
No, I think.
Well, he was a little too nice, too bendable, too.
But that's my point. Is that women consistently, this is a perfect example of women always say they want nice guys. And she says, you're the best companion, you're brave, you're loyal, you're trustworthy. And now I'm going to go bang that guy.
Yep. Yep. Have I ever told you how much I appreciate you?
I don't think she was ever thinking of him in any of those terms.
Wasn't.
I mean,
she wasn't.
Because he was
I think there's a difference between a nice guy and a guy that worships you, because
there's a difference between a nice guy who is also your student and assistant and an underling, and her mistake was being a clingy mother and not letting him go when she saw that he had these feelings. He had to go.
Tell me though, there are 3 truly nice guys in this show. Every single one of them ends up single.
Is this right?
Well,
Lennier,
I think Garibaldi was a nice guy.
Who are the truly nice guys then?
Yeah.
Lennier, Veer, and Marcus.
Marcus.
Yeah.
Well,
although
Veer had the strength to turn down an opportunity because she wasn't good enough for him.
Marcus,
it's just because he was too short-lived, and JMS and the whole deal thing didn't go through. He was technically supposed to maybe come back.
If you actually have you read any of the expansion novels? Go.
No, neither.
The Centauri Prime trilogy continues, and you see where Veer does end up, and actually, in fact, Londo also.
Yeah, I've heard about it. I know the basic plot. I just haven't read it.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry. I'm just saying, in this show.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
like,
on screen. Yeah.
True Love is Unrequited is like one of the really background driving forces behind this entire.
In fact, 2 of the 3 get kind of happy ending in the.
I don't think Garibaldi's a bad guy, and I think even though he has faults, Sheridan isn't a bad guy.
Right, but they're not. They're good guys. They're not nice guys.
They're not nice. That's the word. Yep.
Nice. Well,
I mean, the whole point. She leaves Sheridan. She leaves Sheridan during the war on Earth because she says, "You need me not to be here so that you can be as ruthless as you need to be."
Mm-hmm.
You could also include David in that list of nice guys.
Well, Lennier was pretty ruthless when he decided to kill.
But Lennier was
he
a
doesn't
badass. He was. I mean, gosh, he was.
Well,
he
didn't succeed, but he intended for Sheridan to be stuck.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. He had a moment where he thought about not rescuing him, and then he turned around and went back.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Sheridan rescued himself. Yeah. But
he cracked for a moment.
Yeah. But the thing is, Lennier, I mean, yeah, it was a nice man, but they did show that fight scene with Marcus, and him and Marcus were badasses. I mean, nice guys, but also tough guys. I wouldn't say that, just because they were nice, they weren't, strong.
And no, I don't cut them any slack on that at all. If you're in a position to save someone's life, you do it. Otherwise, you're a murderer. And I'll put it that simple.
But Lawrence, I think there was.
I put it.
I
like
think
the moral thing to do.
The thing is, they wanted very badly for Lennier to be a tragedy. So, as he went to turn around, because he did change his mind to go rescue Sheridan, Sheridan had rescued himself,
and he turned around almost instantly. It's not like a half an hour later he was like, "Oh, I probably shouldn't have done that." Like, he literally gets a dozen steps and then goes, "What the fuck am I doing?"
I have to see it again. I don't know.
He had a lapse in judgment, and that ruined his life.
Yeah.
There's also
his lapse in judgment was throughout his time here, because he basically was pursuing a love that he even said in his own words he could not have.
I know, but he's a naive young guy. He thought that he could have this pure, idealized love for Delenn and serve her, and he thought that was very romantic. And what really, I think, Delenn, being the more mature person, should have let him go to develop his life. Live as someone who wasn't her assistant and her student. And she was just I understand she was dealing with a lot of stuff, the Shadow War and lots of things, but she should have been more considerate of his needs as a young person and let him go. It was also her fault. Not that she purposely led him on. She was just like a clingy mother, in my opinion.
It wasn't just letting go. She would have had to turn away.
I disagree.
She would have had to push him away.
Because there is a point where they're talking about Marcus's belief that true love is unrequited. And she makes it very clear that she knows about Lennier's attraction to her.
You beat me to it.
And is really weird about it, because he says, all true love is unrequited. And she says, that's not true, right? which very much implies that she has feelings for him.
I don't think that's what it meant. I think she
No,
was
I
meaning
don't.
to say
I don't
that,
think it is either, but I think it was leading him on by saying that.
Well, I think what she was trying to make clear to him, no, you'll find someone, Lennier, don't worry. But the thing is, I don't think she knew how fixated he was
What
with
she
her.
what she should have said was, Lennier, stop reading those bloody courtly romance novels.
Oh,
Lorian,
yeah.
Stop
Lorian,
reading those Arthurian courtly romance
I think
novels.
we're
They're
getting
rubbish.
we're getting way ahead on spoilers for other episodes, but
Lorian said it best about love. He said, we know it to be transitory, of the moment. We know it will turn to ash. Only those whose lives are brief can imagine that love is eternal. You should embrace that remarkable illusion. It may be the greatest gift your race has ever received.
The gift of men.
I don't think Lennier gets creepy here, though. I think he's
No.
attempting to be supportive.
Yes.
And I think this is the first time that, because he says, like, you know, he considers his love to be like a spiritual connection. I think this is the first time where she gets really like close in his personal space. She touches him. I think this is where the turn starts.
Yeah.
Where she
Well,
is no
it's-
longer,
it's-
she's suddenly no longer Satai. They're on much more equal ground.
Mm-hmm.
And I think she repeatedly, despite being with Sheridan, like even
Leads
when
him
she
on.
is actively with him, every time he starts to like do something else or go something else or make other connections, there's a moment like this. I don't think she has feelings for him, but I think she's afraid to lose him at the same time.
Yeah. She keeps
doesn't wanna
leading him
let
on.
go. Yeah, she doesn't want to let him go. Yeah.
Yeah, but the thing is, maybe not exactly this scene, but definitely by the end, when she loses her Satai ship, when he announces his commitments to her there, it's one of those things where it is a little bit disturbing. It's one thing if he said, "My duty is to be with you or to serve you," and so forth, as opposed to just this thing like, "No, I'm just going to be with you until the end," that sort of thing. It's like,
And that, yeah.
it seems like the commitment is more to her than the cause.
Yeah. I was wondering why Lennier was listening to disco in his quarters. You don't really love me. You just keep me hanging on.
Oh God. She was incredibly selfish as his friend. I agree with that.
Yep.
Possibly not even realizing it.
Well, there's problems.
Toasted and hard bread.
Well, there's trouble in Sector 92, and I think this is clip number 2. Hopefully, this is the right. Wow, that was a nice little scoop up there. And that's how we begin. So,
yeah, again, he becomes a really important character, but not for quite some time. And it would have been really easy to just and his connection to Sheridan gets lost almost immediately.
Oh yeah,
there would have been
offers
much,
to be his bodyguard, but then he ends up being Chikara's bodyguard without much of a transition either. He just
there could have been a much better way to
Sheridan.
include him rather than a half an episode of them being stuck in a weird looking ship.
Well, look at these nice looking Minbari fighters or transports, whatever you want to call them.
Flyers.
Flyers.
Yeah, the
that's
fact
right.
that they only keep one person was a little weird to me.
That's what I thought. They look like they could easily hold like 4 or 5 people.
Well, and how do you have a long distance ship that is so tiny it can only hold one person?
You mean like an X-wing fighter?
They're not long distance ships. They're repeatedly
Yes, they are.
shown.
They have hyperspace capability.
They are repeatedly shown to need either Earth Force transports or Babylon 5.
No.
to refuel.
I said X-wing fighters. I was talking Star Wars.
Oh, jeez.
Well, well, yeah. So they were actually sued on this show because the design was so similar.
Are they really?
And JMS won. My understanding is JMS won the lawsuit by proving that design was the only thing that would do the motions that he needed them to be able to do on the show.
Yeah.
That it wasn't
Good
that he was
Lord.
intentionally copying the design. It was that design was the only thing that would do what he needed.
But
aside from a vague
this
X
design?
shape, there was no design. No, the Starfighter. There was aside from the vague X shape, there was nothing in common between them. Not the cockpit, not the controls, not the.
I mean, I don't
body. No, I mean,
I don't know the
color?
details for certain. That was just what I heard. Was that?
Wow.
I mean, keep in mind that Star Wars has always been very litigious. So
I'm glad JMS won.
Star Wars sued
or Lucas.
JMS or whoever
over the Star
I've heard.
Furies.
I mean, I don't.
Oh, the Star Furies. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Looking too much like the X-wing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we'll see some of their maneuverability and stuff. I could understand how. Yeah, you want something that can actually, if you want something that can maneuver like that, period, you do need forward and rear thrusters in different
4 axes.
Yeah, 4 axes like that. Yeah.
Yep.
But anyway, we do have a guest star in this show.
Yeah, good old Nick Corey.
Nick Corey,
who had been in a million shows and movies before this. So if you saw him and you were like, he looks familiar. Yeah, he should.
Mm-hmm. And then we also have Marshall Teague. I love that name as Narn.
In his second appearance.
I use the first name Marshall in a lot of role-playing games that I'm in because it was my grandfather's name.
Well, I meant Teague because that was my great-grandfather's name.
Ah, my grandfather's name was Marshall Shaw.
No, not Marshall, but Teague.
Ah, gotcha.
This is his second appearance as well.
Oh, what was his first appearance?
He was
Ozzy.
Oh, actually, no. His first appearance, he was it's maybe third or fourth of that, because his first appearance, he was Ducky Kuriakin's assistant way back in season 1.
Huh.
In Contagion, the one with the Icarans.
Yeah.
With David McCullum, he was the assistant who actually turned into an Icaran.
Huh.
Oh, that's like the second episode. The Purity Warrior.
Yeah, second episode, yeah.
Oh.
Look, they reused Ed Wasser, so I mean,
well, they reused a lot of people, like Wayne Alexander.
I know, but Ed Wasser becomes like one of the main characters in the show, so it's not like he was a one-off.
This is true.
Yeah,
but John Vickery we've seen before, Robin Sachs we've seen before.
Yeah.
Okay.
So and Robert Foxworth we've seen before.
Yes, as the same character, fortunately.
Yes. I mean, Hague. I mean, Hague.
Hague. Okay. And then finally, we have...
You might catch how she says it. She's like, you don't have to come with me. I know.
Yeah. I want to be with you, baby. And then he says at the end that, she's like, oh, thank you so much.
No. Have I ever told you how much I appreciate you? Just not really, but it gives us something to talk about on the trip.
Oh, you have it memorized.
I've seen it like 3 times in the last 2 days.
I'm sure you've used that before.
That should have been her sign. That cheeky reply.
Well, the other thing is that she knows that her disfavor can spill over onto him.
Correct.
Even if they simply had a purely mentor-student relationship, it's selfish of her not to. She doesn't say, "You may not come with me. You are to stay here."
Which is what she should have said.
She should have said, even if there wasn't the romantic interest. Like,
right? No, she was definitely selfish. Yeah.
You think she did have a romantic interest or something?
No, I don't think so.
I think I think she wanted the emotional ego support because she was feeling. The thing is that Delenn. The first time I watched this, I was like, oh, Delenn is a strong woman. The more times I watch this, the more times I'm like, she's kind of an emotional wreck. Like, she is not emotionally stable ever during this show. She breaks into tears when people make any comments about her appearance. She constantly needs affirmation from Lennier.
She has her moments of strength.
The first episode, like The Gathering, when she's a badass in The Gathering when she threatens Jakar. And she's a badass when she's in a ship with a whole lot of other fighters behind her. But
Yeah,
she's really emotionally very fragile.
Yeah, personally speaking, but yeah, she's badass when it comes to just pure fighting.
Well, she's badass when other people are going to be doing the fighting for her.
She has shown immense strength in the council chambers too. I'm not sure I agree with her being always. I mean, very frequently emotionally unstable, yes, but not always.
Well, there's people that live. The Gray Council is something that has, I guess, access to pushing her buttons very easily.
Well, she starts the Earth Minbari War because she flips out.
Yep.
And is sobbing and screaming and crying.
That's true. I never thought about that.
She starts a war because she can't control her emotions.
Yep.
Good
But then when she gets her emotions under control again, she ends the war.
Well, wonderful. I mean, I suppose I
After
could
a
say.
ton of dead people.
I suppose I could say I was PMSing when I stabbed that guy, and now that I've got my emotions under control, it's fine.
Well, that's understandable then. See, that's what I'm talking about.
But that's the thing I love about some of these earlier episodes when she's talking about that. I mean, it's a tragic day when the warrior caste and the religious caste agree on something. It's like, well, you're the one that actually started it.
When Jakar gives an impassioned speech, he sounds like a Shakespearean actor. When she gives an impassioned speech, she's screaming at someone.
We have a clip.
Well, that's also how the character was written, I believe.
I know, and I'm not saying this. I'm saying I think she did a good job with the role.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that her emotional fragility, I think, is a lot of what leads to Lennier's downfall, because Lennier himself is also very fragile when it comes to her.
So you got to figure the long talk that they'll get to have about how she appreciates him will have to be on something like Skype.
I mean,
because they can't talk on the same ship. They're on two separate ships. That's why.
That's also lead to the question, of course, of how's the courier going to get home if Lennier has nicked his ship?
The courier.
Yeah, Lennier said he commandeered a ship from a courier.
Oh, that's right. Well,
so therefore he's nicked the ship the courier's supposed to use.
The courier is like, here, yeah, you can take my ship. It'll give me a chance to stop running around all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll take a liner, one of the public things.
Yeah.
That they have now and then.
Well, no, when you think about it, Lennier is the ambassador's aide. He borrows the ship of the courier, and the courier's like, well, they're taking it for official use. I am therefore stuck here. Oh, look, the Zocalo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, anyway.
Maybe I'll try some alcohol.
This is where Sheridan wants to go to, he already decided he wants to go to Sector 92 and check out the weirdness there. And then she reminds him, oh, well, you know what? This Hague is visiting. You should have told me about him. Now, he couldn't have, because I guess he has a sense that he's going to get some.
He had every intent to inform her of it when he arrived, but he's arriving early, and she got advance notice because of it.
But also, it's one of those things where he's not sure what the information is going to be about, if it's something that he should share. I mean, it's obviously a
He also
public
knows it's an unofficial
arrival.
visit.
Yeah, he says
Yeah.
it's a personal matter.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So, but I'm trying to talk about what he's thinking underneath it all. I mean, he doesn't want to spread the news just yet or anything, because I guess he might still be thinking. I mean, I think he trusts her by now, and he would consider her in the inner circle, but he hasn't been debriefed yet. So,
yep.
And she's she's upset, and he's like, "Hey, no worries. I was going to let you know.
I'll be back. It's no big deal."
Now, this was hilarious because the guy's like, the Dodgers are never going to win. And Garibaldi says, "Doctor, your diagnosis of this patient?" And and Franklin says, "Well, he's a character we've never seen before and played by an actor who's vaguely familiar to people. And he's being given a line. I would say he's going to be dead by the end of the episode."
Yeah.
Well, but they're arguing about the
baseball.
Mars team versus the Dodgers. I gave the Mars team a mascot.
I love it.
The Mars Red Rockets, because they weren't given a mascot. We assume the Dodgers are still in L.A., even though they started in Brooklyn. They're probably still in L.A. after
They could be on Io for now, for all we know.
Yeah.
True.
But then the gravity of Io would have played a difference, because their argument was the gravity on Mars is less, so that's why,
Yeah, and Franklin kind of rounded
Mars
that. He said Mars has 40% the gravity of Earth, 38, but close enough.
Yeah, let's not worry about that. But it'd be something that I think some sports teams should consider. It's like, are you going to keep doing this same sport the same way when they're going to have that much of a difference in gravity? I mean, running bases, stealing bases is going to feel a hell of a lot different on Mars. I don't know.
And Io would be even worse. It only has 18% of Earth's gravity.
Now, of course, they could have artificial gravity, I guess, in some way, like spinning sections for fields.
Well, the other thing is that not all Mars games would be played on Mars. So the idea that they got in the playoffs on a technicality when they didn't play every game on Mars is kind of silly.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I just think that it'd be like almost like a different sport if you think about it. If the gravity is having an effect and it's 40%, it's almost like a different sport if you think about it.
People love the Yankees or they hate the Yankees. They probably didn't want everyone to immediately devolve into an argument about the Yankees so that no one watched the rest of the show.
But
so they made it the Dodgers.
But Phantom Outsider is right. It is odd that he's a Yankees fan. I'm teasing. I don't care.
Well, I don't think they're called the Mars Yankees.
He said, as a Yankee fan, the fact the Yankees were not mentioned is odd. And I said, yes, it is odd he's a Yankees fan. I was making a joke, that's all.
Yeah, I guess they didn't want to go the old dependable.
I'm from New England, where the motto is, we support two teams, the Red Sox and everyone who beats the Yankees.
It killed me when the Red Sox finally won the World Series. I don't really follow baseball, but there was a wonderful joke before the Red Sox won. It was, what's the difference between a Fenway Frank and a Yankees hot dog? And people say, what? Well, you can get a Yankees hot dog in October. And now that joke is dead.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, and I remember I was actually in the hospital at the time. I was hit by a car.
Oh, dear.
A few days before.
Talk about the curse of the Bambino.
Yeah. And then I was like, but I don't really follow baseball too closely anymore, just now and then. But no,
it's just rounders.
Yeah, I mean, it's nothing like cricket.
You have always been here.
I shouldn't have played that early. I shouldn't have played that early.
That was spoilers for your own show.
That was clip number 4.
Well, number 4, but here's the thing. I don't have it here in StreamYard because it's something I have to play from the browser, because we're going to need to pause this. This is a sequence that I wanted to play that's a little bit longer, but because of YouTube rules, I need to be able to pause it. So I can't play it like a regular stinger. I have to drop it in the browser and use the pause button because it's a little bit longer. And if I don't pause it, then we'll get copyrighted. So, but if I pause it, we should be fine. So now I have it ready to go because I'm talking and explaining what I'm doing while I'm doing it, which helps make things go a little bit more smoothly sometimes. Is this it?
We don't know.
All
We
right.
haven't seen anything yet. Looks like
I know. What am I? I'm sharing something now, though, right?
Yeah, looks like that looked like the clip.
Yeah, that is not a clip. I'm sharing. Never mind. This is what I'm going to have to do. Just so I know what I'm sharing, I need to close everything except that tab. All right, there we go. I know you're probably used to smoother things than this, but I am slow but steady. Here we go. So, do you see the clip?
We do.
Yes.
You're clear for drop. Happy hunting.
Now I'm going to pause it because the next sequence I want to play a little bit to demonstrate some of what you were talking about earlier. We're going to see something that is X-shaped, and then we're going to see some of the maneuverability that I guess JMS wanted out of these vehicles. And you don't really see the same type of maneuverability from an X-wing fighter.
Wow, this is more like it.
Yeah, and it's brilliant, the design of the ship to be set up for just exactly that kind of maneuvering.
Mm-hmm.
It's just it's really brilliant design.
Yeah, and it's also it actually has real space physics as well because it turns round, but even when it turns round, it still keeps going the same direction.
And all the all the things were moving that way, like during these sequences. That's one thing about these sequences that they did right, and all with Amiga toaster technology.
Yeah.
Captain,
Yes, Commander.
if you continue in this behavior, you'll just make the other pilots feel inadequate.
Spoil sport.
What was that, Captain? You're breaking up.
Okay. And some witty repartee there.
Nothing,
but
Commander.
Yeah. We're going to see a transition here because this is what we see Earth side. And now we're going to see a little transition to something not Earth-like.
Nothing, Commander.
And then a completely different thing. We see 90s New Age theater with the Minbari.
Well put.
With the Minbari ships arriving. All right, do we have our slides still? Okay, good. We're back. So anyway, they arrive, and this is where Lennier needs to stay here, and Delenn goes in. I think later we are going to do the dialogue between her and the council because that's good stuff.
I would hope so, yeah.
Oh, it does kind of. I mean, they do later on. They do make an interesting point, of course. If there's 9 people who are the government for the entire Minbari Star Nation, and one of them is effectively out of contact most of the time. They're down to 8.
Yeah.
So
well, I'm sure she could Skype in her vote.
Yeah, but
they do point out that you've been gone for so long. You've changed. You've got this hair, and now you're also been talking about this prophecy all along that they're not all sold on. But and then you're gone half the time.
Which is kind of ironic because one of the traits of the Grey Council is that no one knows who they are, no one votes for them, and they remain on a ship away from Minbar all the time. Like they are not on the world they're supposed to govern ever.
Yeah, Narn mentions that, in fact, coming up. But that's the way they do it.
So Sheridan and his 3-fighter, quote unquote, full escort haven't found anything. So back to the barn.
Yeah, they're heading back to the barn, and that's when they see that.
Oh my gosh!
This is utterly ridiculous. So first of all, it's the only time this ship goes to the same area twice to catch a ship. Second of all, it has no way of knowing that they're there looking for it.
No.
And third of all, clear and present danger or not, ships are going missing, and they only sent 3 ships with their
4. 4.
No, 3 to be his.
Right, exactly. 3 fighters to be his escort. So 4 total fighters.
So
and he said,
the guy who's in charge of the entire place decides he's going to go out, and they only send 3 ships with him. It's ridiculous.
Now you know why Ivanova was kind of perturbed.
She should have been more than perturbed. She should have said, "No, Captain, this is a clear and present danger, and I will not allow you to do this as your second in command."
Or even if she did send more than 3 ships.
Yeah, send a whole squadron.
She should have said, "What do you think your name is, James Kirk?"
Now, he did give one solid reason for going, not a legitimate reason, but a solid one. If I don't get some flying in, I'm going to lose my qualifications as a pilot.
Yeah, but that's a personal issue. You could just fly around the space station.
This is true. But he ejects.
He also mentioned pay for that.
I know.
Yeah.
Flight pay.
I'm being kind at him.
Yeah, his flight pay.
Then one of his escorts dies. Then he gets disabled, and then the other escort dies, and
very high price for that flight pay, isn't it?
And poof, he's gone.
Yeah, when you come to think of it after the fact, it's like, you know what? Maybe it wasn't such a good idea.
And the worst thing is, I'm jumping a bit here, but at the end where he's like, Ramirez is dead? It doesn't make sense. I mean, why am I alive? And he was a kid. It's not fair. And I'm like, 2 other guys died, right?
That's true.
That pissed me off. I'm like, wait a minute. I get the survivor's guilt, but over one guy?
He's the one who was hanging out with the commanding of staff. Obviously, he was cooler.
Yeah.
Well, look, I don't know if it's the character's fault. He's being written.
I never said it was the character's fault. It's the writer's fault.
Yeah.
Making the character into a moron.
Well, here's Ramirez.
Making him slightly unlikable for no reason. Yeah, it's a big oversight.
How bad? Lethal.
Well, everyone still will, have fond memories of Ramirez because, he realizes he's done for, but he needs to get the ship back to at least communicate what happened to the station.
Yeah, but again, this bugged the hell out of me. He should have been like, all right, set a course. Now begin audio recording. And then he would go through and you could presume he's recording into the audio system exactly what happened in case he dies before he gets there.
Well,
but he doesn't do that.
They do say that they got the information from his ship.
Yeah,
so in some way, shape, or form, they're definitely he definitely made sure that there was information.
Yeah, but again, with that kind of a radiation leak, you could presume some of that information might have been compromised. So in which case, even an audio recording could
who knows? Maybe as soon as he jumped, he did this auto recording stuff.
I thought there needed to be more of a. I mean, he's already dead. There's no reason for him not to go back. He doesn't really sacrifice anything. I thought it would have been much more engaging if, you know, I don't know, he had to give up radiation protection or something in order to get back in time.
He reduced life support to bare minimum.
Yeah, but it's already the ship has already told him he's dead.
Yeah,
I
see
know.
what you're saying. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, so that if he wasn't already dying, but if the cost of getting back was that he killed himself, yeah.
I'm not dead yet. Well, he was able to say, "What's up, Doc?" when he got back. All right. Well, and then what do we have here? We have General. Welcome to Babylon 5.
Yes, General, welcome to Babylon 5. And he says, Commander, I apologize for lack of an honor guard, but your office gave us instructions. Yes, well, I don't like to make a fuss. Never did care much for all that show.
Well,
I was told Captain Sheridan would be here. He went looking for something in the outer sector. He should be back soon. This isn't like him. This isn't like him. He's never late.
You know, he says
knew
that,
when I
and
was
yet
arriving.
Sheridan is constantly the last one walking into rooms when they.
I know. I know. He's never late. He knew when I was arriving. Hope it isn't serious.
Well, whatever. It's the pressure on the audience to make them feel like there's some pressure there.
I would have loved it if he had said something along the lines of, Sheridan knows if you're on time, you're late.
Well, here is the Bermuda Triangle. And this is what happens to you when you go there. You get pulled down with this stuff.
Yeah, anal probing.
Oh, did they do that? I don't know.
Well, this thing comes out of the ceiling. I'm not sure what it is, but
Yeah, I didn't understand the point of this, except that the idea, like this visual was present in a lot of people who talked about being kidnapped by aliens during this period of time. But it doesn't they don't implant him like they do any of the others, so I didn't really understand why they had this.
Didn't they also do something very similar in one or two of the scenes with the cycle probing people? With what was his name? The assassin. The Martian assassin that went after Adrian Barbeau.
yeah, him.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, I think it was just that it was something at the time, so it's in the science fiction of the time, and it's.
Well,
I mean,
let's be honest, the alien races are named after a guy who wrote all about alien abduction. So,
yeah,
Streib.
Yeah, they're named after Whitley Strieber.
Didn't know that.
Yeah.
Well,
you said at the time, I think.
I think he gets a face probe because later we see facial damage.
Yeah.
But there we go. There is the flying fish, and here's the meeting chambers. They're about to perform Stonehenge by Spinal Tap. And she comes in. So I guess now we're going to do some dialogue. So I hope your Delenn voice is ready.
It is. Summoned, I take the place that has been prepared for me. I am Grey. I stand between the candle and the star. We are Grey. We stand between the darkness and the light. They will not come, Delenn. But I was summoned. To receive judgment, yes. Not to appear as one of the 9. I am entitled to a hearing. I am allowed to defend myself. That was before you disobeyed us. You were told to wait before taking action. Before becoming alien to us. You've been away from us for too long, Delenn. Your contact with the humans has changed more than your appearance. If you are no longer one of us, how can you be one of the 9? That's a good question. I mean, seriously, it's legitimate. But she counters, my heart has not changed. We no longer know your heart, Delenn. The council has voted to remove you from our presence. From this day forth, you are no longer a member of the Grey Council, no longer Satai. I'm sorry, Delenn. Wait! Go on.
Wasn't the Great Council founded on the prophecy of Valen?
Yes.
And so they
Actually, it was founded by Valen.
Right, but the Valen came with a bunch of prophecies because we know why we know why he knew what happened in the future. But the thing is, they don't seem to believe in the prophecy, and that's why
They do believe in it. They just don't think it's happening now because they don't want it happening in their time.
Well, yes.
Agreed.
And part of the prophecy was that they were going to have like strayed from the path. So I mean, they kind of stick to it in their own way.
Yeah,
back a
that's
slide.
true. That's true. And that
Go back a slide.
Yeah.
What is it about his robes that make it look like he's animated, like from a cartoon?
maybe the lighting.
Am I the only one who sees it?
Well,
the black lines on the sleeve and on the shoulders and down the chest. It almost looks like animation.
Maybe.
I know it's not, but
it doesn't to me. It just looks like they've got the whole shadowy mood lighting going.
Fair enough. Wait, what about my appointment to Babylon 5? My position as ambassador is separate from my role as Satai. We are still debating this.
So, up until she raises this point, their plan was to call her out to tell her, okay, you're gone. You're not part of us anymore. I guess. Well, I guess it's nicer to do it in person.
This meeting could have been done through an email.
Would have been a little insulting. They didn't want to insult her. They just wanted to humiliate her.
Yeah, well, there you go. That's another thing. Or maybe she was going to find out, what's going on. And then she finds out and it's like, well, no, I guess it's, let's soldier on.
It is your right to make a statement before the 9, if that is your wish. It is. Thank you.
Don't thank him.
May I ask, who was chosen to replace me?
You'll remember him. Don't worry.
I will convene the 9. When we are ready, you will be summoned.
Again.
And then the lights all go out except for the one on her.
Yeah. No, I mean, that was effective. I guess here we don't need to do these lines, but I had them anyway in case there was some detail we wanted to argue about.
Right here. Go back one.
Yep.
Okay, no. So forward again. Right before the jump get activates, you had Ivanova saying, "I've contacted all the ambassadors. They're on the lookout." And then General Hague says, "I made a few calls myself." And that's when David says, "Jump get activated. One plot point coming through, sir."
Yeah.
Oh no! I'm sorry. I'm jumping the gun. This is where Ramirez comes back.
Yeah.
You're correct though. When we get to that part, the timing on that was
oh my god, it was
very
such a plot
pointy.
point. Yeah. Well, isn't that an interesting coinky dink?
I keep hearing boop sounds. Colin, have you been dropping in and out? He must be.
Yeah, let me add him back. Yeah, I guess he's having trouble with the internet.
Oh.
Or with his computer.
Your storm must have been hitting him.
Are you with us, Colin? Hold on. Did I? Maybe I should let you.
We're down to 4. There we go.
There he is.
Colin, are you here?
Maybe he's not hearing us, or we're not
Yeah.
We're
hearing
waiting
him.
for Colin.
Oh, okay, disappeared again.
Dang it.
Does he still have a bow in his avatar, or is his avatar with a walking stick now? Well, anyway, yeah, we're back here with these guys. They're minimal life signs and things on autopilot. Oh my goodness! So
And she says, Med Lab, priority 1 alert. Has there ever been a priority 2 alert? Anytime they see an alert is any kind of priority, it's always priority 1.
Well, those things never make it to the shows. The episodes
Welcome back, Colin.
cover those.
I think the implication is that if they don't say priority 1, you just assume it's a priority 2.
But
It's a
is there priority 3 then?
Like you only say crisis when it's a crisis. The rest of the time you just don't say anything.
Colin, if you're, we don't hear you. So I would just.
sigh.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, Colin, try again.
So am I back again?
I hear you now.
Sorry, my computer's
Okay.
laptop being silly, playing silly. 3 times just lost the bloody signal.
No. I knew it was Colin because you were talking, Lawrence, and I heard a male sigh. I was like, that wasn't me. That'd be Colin.
Well, it's good to be 2 and 2.
Deduction.
Not many streams. Not many streams are balanced. Oh, he did get some facial probing.
Yes, he did. 3 dots on his face.
And then we get like
That's his idea of being tortured, apparently.
Well,
we don't know what else they did.
Yeah, that's still not fun.
The anal probing was really bad.
I mean, for all we know,
They popped a zit I had on my face. Why are you torturing me?
they could have implanted some nasty Botox or something. I don't know, fillers. I don't want to end up like those girls on TikTok. Oh well. But anyway, look at the metal ball. I mean, metal pole there.
With a very sharp end.
Mm-hmm. And then, yeah, this is something at first I didn't quite notice. He does know a little Drazi, I guess.
Yeah.
I think the first one is a Drazi. And,
Yes, he is.
And he's like Shankar or something like that. And
Yeah, weirdly he doesn't appear to know any Narn whatsoever, and luckily the Narn knows English.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Because, and what does the Drazi have on his upper left forehead?
We don't know. We've never seen something like that before. It looks like a jellyfish
Yeah,
with red lights.
a bit of spoo, and the neck controller that is making him fight, I guess. And Sheridan notices that, and so they have all sorts of slapstick interaction.
Yeah, but the Drazi's death is just so. It's like we can't show Sheridan deliberately killing one of these other prisoners, so we'll just have him accidentally impale himself on Sheridan's pole as Sheridan has his back to the guy.
Yeah, I didn't even quite totally understand. I didn't quite totally understand what happened there.
Well,
Johnny,
considering that the
what
Narn
a
keeps
long
saying
way.
"kill me," like I wondered if the Drazi was supposed to have done it on purpose to.
Oh yeah.
Well,
I mean, they do appear to have some capability to fight the control, whatever it is.
I watched it a couple of times. What happened was, as the Drazi came in for the last strike, Sheridan just turned around like as if to absorb the blow with his shoulders, and as the Drazi came charging in, he literally just impaled himself on the bar that Sheridan was holding on the table that was sticking out behind him.
Which is it's obviously a very longer bar than it looked. Is that all the way through? Does that much protruding out the back?
Yeah, it's much longer than it looked.
Which is why I thought he'd done it on purpose, because you basically have to throw yourself full force onto it for.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then when the body disappears, so does the pole. And I was thinking to myself, well, wait, doesn't that mean Sheridan doesn't have a weapon now?
Yeah,
No, the Drazi dropped his own pole, which is still on the table.
Ah.
And fortunate for Sheridan, because then this guy pops up.
Well, just give me a moment.
Well, he's already there in that last slide.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
I mean, he's almost instantaneously there. That's why I knew it would be there.
Yeah, this drove me crazy, and it's one of the reasons I don't consider. Okay, I understand that he doesn't want to kill Sheridan, but he is a trained swordsmaster. Sheridan is so incompetent he turned his back and basically went into a fetal position when the Drazi went after him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And yet he somehow manages to defeat this guy. And magically knows that not only did he break his ribs, but that one of them punctured his lung. So he doesn't speak. He doesn't speak Narn, but he knows where their ribs are and where their lungs are.
I don't like the puffy gear.
Yeah, kind of
The
sucks.
puffy gear. Yeah, I wouldn't wear puffy gear if I was a swordsman.
Well,
Colin.
I assumed that was part of his spacesuit if he had to eject.
Oh,
Now,
okay.
Colin, I know we're talking about. Oh, go on. I'm sorry.
Oh, I was gonna say it's not like he got in his plane planning on being in a sword fight today.
This is true. Or did he?
No,
Well, not with Sheridan anyway.
When I know this is a sci-fi show, it's a couple hundred years in the future, and this is an alien here, and the other Postman aliens also. But let's assume Earth weapons, sword versus steel pole. Sword's going to get really messed up here, isn't it?
Yeah, unless you're getting a good couple of strikes with it.
But I mean, hitting the sword against the pipe. That sword's going to get messed up.
That's much of what they did too, but it's.
I mean, Dutch gradient. That's Narn Excalibur.
Apparently not. It doesn't cut through the pole.
Oh, it does cut.
Oh yeah, but not through the pole. Sheridan's just lucky he didn't slice off all of his fingers because he doesn't have a blade guard.
Yeah, he's also got the head goo thing too.
True.
Yeah, and so I mean,
an outsider brings up an interesting point. That thing on their head they're fighting, it could be messing with their motor skills.
Well, I mean, the fact that he's trying to resist it is automatically going to mess up his. His skills.
I guess, you have the device around the neck, and then you have the goo portion that probably affects your neural activity. So it all works together.
But still, Sheridan's response to the Drazi was basically to exchange blows 3 times and then drop into a fetal position and turn his back to him.
No, I'm not saying it was the best choreography in the world. Somebody's watching the fight for real right now. I can hear the sound. That's cool.
Sorry, I didn't realize it was that loud.
I heard Sheridan going, "No!"
Yeah.
Kill me! No!
Kill me!
I've got the show on one ear, and I've got the Babylon 5 on the other ear.
Oh, you're dedicated. You're awesome.
How do you think I was doing the lines so well? I knew I couldn't keep the accent straight.
Oh, wow. Man, you were lip syncing Delenn. Or not lip syncing. You were speaking, but you were listen syncing.
And this was the worst. The way the guy says Doc, it's like Jack. Oh no, it's Doc. That's how he said it.
Don't
drive, Doc. You're gonna be all right.
He gets mad, man. I mean, and I'm glad we didn't even pay reference earlier to the Helen Keller comment.
Yeah.
I guess I'm not going to get my 30 credits, Doc.
Oh yeah. But earlier that thing was like, man, it's like, all right. As someone who isn't well sighted, I don't mind, making fun of the fact that someone, like Ray Charles or something like that, but someone who couldn't hear either. Oh wow.
The whole thing of getting to say that one last line before you die. People here might remember the Disney Tarzan cartoon. At the very end of it, the human bad guys have been defeated, and Jane has been saved, and Tarzan's all right, but his adopted gorilla father Kerchak is dying, and Tarzan runs over to him and grabs his hand and says, "Kerchak, forgive me." And Lance Henriksen as Kerchak goes, "No, forgive me for not seeing that you were truly my son all along." And then he dies. And all I could think was, boy, it was convenient of his body to wait till he finished his sentence. Imagine if it hadn't. Kerchak, forgive me. No.
Yeah.
Well, it happens for most lines.
Well,
It's good that
they do that, don't they? They if you think later on, they do kind of make a bit of a joke of that particular fact in about a quarter of the way through season 4.
Yes, between Lando and Veer.
Yes.
Yes. The kill Lando.
Oh yeah.
Joke.
That was good.
Yeah.
Ramirez, don't you do this to me. Yeah. I don't know. It would, yeah, it was like he's on for a show, and it was almost like exaggerating it a bit. It's like, look, I know you care for the guy, but it's almost like you knew him a really long time or something.
Yeah,
and it wasn't there.
There are a few characters that drives me a little bit bonkers with.
Is that a
there
short
are
trip?
characters. There are characters that, they do Sinclair's girlfriend there. I mean,
Oh,
they
yeah.
make a point of establishing that they have an extremely long on and off relationship for like decades.
Yep.
So, when there's a possibility that she's going to, die over the planet, like,
yeah,
it matters. Whereas
Yeah, and
this guy is like,
And they could have easily done that with just one line. I mean, like Franklin could have said, "Oh, come on, Ramirez! Every year you do this. I mean, how many of these bets have you lost to me?" And Garibaldi could have said, "At my last count, it's 8." That's all it would have taken. Just a quick little exchange, and you would know, oh, these guys have been friends for years.
Or maybe not push this as hard as they did.
One or the other.
It's just another death that's like, yeah, hard and stuff like this, but it seemed to be exaggerated for someone you didn't.
Well,
it was
and what's
just there
super,
for one conversation earlier this show.
Yeah. But that's, we keep talking about the writing, but that's really a directing thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I got looking because I was curious. JMS did write this episode, but it was directed by Mario De Leo, who directed, I think, 3 of the worst episodes in this season. And didn't do any other seasons at all. And I was like, considering that with the title, you're kind of emphasizing this as being an important episode, even though it's not, it seems weird that would be your choice of directors.
Would one of those 3 be The Coming of Shadows?
Nope, he did The Long Dark.
I meant The Long Dark. I meant The Long Dark. That's the one I meant.
The Monster of the Week episode
with Face or with Murdoch from the.
Oh yeah, we did that one. Yeah.
I told you we should have skipped it.
And he did And Now for a Word, which was another.
Which Liza loves.
But it's another completely unnecessary.
Yeah.
Liza loves that episode.
Agreed. I hate those ISN ones. Oh my gosh.
But the important thing is that we got Kosh's last name in that episode. Did you know his name is Kosh Narenik?
Yep. But
I thought it was who.
But to be fair, I suppose if you wanted to, it's a doctor losing another patient. So, I mean, I can see it as from the point of view of being a doctor, You know, his job is to save these guys' lives, and he knows you can't
Yeah.
always, but it still hurts when he loses one.
Yeah, but if you reacted this way to like every patient, even if it's every patient you happen to like know their name personally, you'd burn out in no time.
Yeah, exactly.
Agreed.
I was going to say that, you know, that he's lost patients before, and you know.
But we're glad that that our chief mod, Scott Hovid, has not burned out yet.
Oh, ho, hee, ha.
All right.
All right. Sorry, I just now and then need an excuse for a change of pace. But we appreciate Scott there in the chat working it.
I do find it weird that this guy, who is basically just another fly guy, apparently was on a first name basis with like the entire command staff.
Well, to be fair, Ivanova didn't seem to be all that concerned. She's like, yeah, another one bites the dust. Boom, boom, boom.
Okay, and unfortunately, I've now got the musical episode of Lucifer running through my head.
Ooh, that's unfortunate.
Yes.
All right. So
Great.
Starting going down.
So what they're saying great about here is that, you know, they got this information.
Alien
Sheridan's been picked up, but you know.
Alien ship, unknown configuration, so we don't know where it came from or where it's going. Great.
Great. And we're at the end of this set of slides, so we're almost there, folks.
Pardon.
And then
Thank you.
Then there's a whole lot of it's jumping in and out of space, collecting people, and somehow we magically are able to figure out where it's going to jump next.
Oh, well, I don't worry
Oh,
that
it's
later
not
I don't include that dialogue later. This is like the last bit of important dialogue I include because this is interesting stuff right here.
Yeah.
All right. Dutch gradiente.
Okay. For 20 cycles, I stood beside you as one of the 9. I called many of you friends. And now, you call me outcast. You know me. You know I believe in the task that is before us, the great war that is coming. I have not turned my back on you. In trying to help, I have sacrificed all that I was and all that I am. We can no longer allow ourselves to be separated by names and borders. Our two sides must unite or be destroyed. Do not make my sacrifice a vain one. Allow me to finish what I started. In the name of our friendship and the future of our people, let me remain with Babylon 5. I am more than happy to have you remain with the humans.
What?
That's very good.
You are the one chosen to replace me. I do not know you. I believe you do. Neroon. I do not understand. He is warrior caste from the Star Riders clan.
I don't know why his clan mattered.
No.
Obviously,
we find
it
out
did.
later that the Star Riders are one of the most ruthless of the warrior class.
Well, I know, but
yeah.
there's nothing that prevents any class from being. It's
Yeah.
the fact that he's warrior class. It's the big deal.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but the Star Riders clan.
That
I
makes
think
it
it was
worse.
because the
Those guys,
Star Riders, the captain of the captain of some big ship was a Star Riders clan, and he didn't want to end the war when she ordered the surrender, and the captain
Gardy.
killed himself, and then that ship went rogue. I think
Zugati.
I forgot.
Trigati.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's-
that wasn't a single clan though, because you didn't staff an entire ship with
I'm
a
trying
single
to
clan.
think of a comparison, but I don't want to bring. No,
But the thing is that you realize that in order for this to have happened, the worker class have to have basically, because there's no way that the religious caste voted for this. So it has to have been a clean sweep between the worker and the warrior class in order for this to have happened.
It didn't have to be a clean sweep. 2 of the warriors could have said, yeah, we're with you.
2 of the workers, you mean? I was under
yeah,
the
not workers.
impression that it had to be a 2/3
Oh, did it? I didn't know that.
Well, in the beginning, there's a whole thing about her taking the position.
Gotcha.
And there being a vote, and I thought because of their rule of 3, but I don't know.
Makes
That
sense.
may be my imagination. It has been a long time since I watched in the beginning.
So really, yeah, I guess still the Warriors would need to pick up the 2 workers or, 2 religious people.
Well, remember, there are only 2 religious people, so they don't need.
Well, that's right. There's still 3 workers.
Yeah.
Okay, it's the religious cast that's been demoted a bit here.
Yeah.
The religious cast and the warrior cast are pretty much always at odds.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And the workers are really just never shown to be anything.
Yeah, they're supposed to be kind of the balancing force between the 2. It just never works that way.
They're like the deciding vote. It's like, how can you get the who picks up the independents or sways them their way, so to speak.
But Delenn wants to know what is happening here. What are you doing? When Valen called the 9 together, he chose 3 from the worker caste, 3 from the religious caste, and 3 from the warrior caste. My replacement should have been from the religious caste or the warrior caste.
Well, it feels like exposition, but it's exposition we already have. It's not like anyone in that room doesn't know the things she's already saying.
She just can't believe they're doing it.
Right.
Well, right. And that makes sense to say, like, 4 from the warrior caste gives them unprecedented power. What are you doing?
Right.
It does not make sense for her to give them the history lesson.
Well, for anybody watching this show that maybe missed the prior one and didn't have a VCR,
it's definitely an as you know line.
Yeah.
I know, which drives me nuts. It's so out of, it takes you out of the immersion when there's information that is very obviously aimed at the audience, not.
But it does lead to a very nice exchange here between her and Narn.
Yeah, and I think no, I still am fine with it here, especially from older things where there wasn't video on demand, and it was harder to catch every episode.
In the old days.
Well, and I'm not necessarily saying that. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying the repetition is bad. I'm saying that it needed to be done in a way
sneakier
that was not so obviously aimed at the audience.
Yeah.
If she had gone back to Lennier and said, this makes no sense, he wouldn't have any understanding of how the Grey Council set up, because it's this whole super secret society.
True.
But she's telling the members of the super secret society how the super secret society came to be and how they should be set up.
Yeah.
I would have been. It would be perfectly fine if she would have begun the sentence saying, "I shouldn't need to remind you."
Yeah. True. Yep.
But it still would have been what.
Because everything sounds better when it's done in the voice of a Karen or something. No, you're totally fine. We just love talking about this shit. So, if you hear us arguing at any point, we're doing it for fun.
No, yeah. I mean, that would have been a perfect way to do it.
No, I was being facetious. Hey, Anna.
Anna's in the chat.
It would have been perfectly diegetic, perfectly in line, because it would have fitted, as you said. She's having a go at them. She's admonishing them. I shouldn't have to tell you this, but for remind you why we stand, what we stand for, sort of thing. So that would have been a good line. I think you're right.
Yeah. Well, I was kind of kidding, but I'm not kidding about this. Goat, there's a question for you from Anna in the chat, and then we'll get back to you, Phantom Outsider.
I was just responding to it.
Oh, but you can say it on air. It's fine.
Oberhassis. They're endangered heritage breed.
Really? Oh wow.
Yeah, I used to have two.
And you got
I used to have
twins.
two. Yeah, I used to have two endangered, but now I'm just down to the Oberhausies. So
Oh, wow.
yeah, got a boy and a girl. Hopefully, I can find a home for the boy because we only have space for one male.
This is slightly confusing. I thought he meant you actually had a kid. I thought he meant you had another baby.
When I called her mama and everything, I was kind of kidding, but I was expecting as soon as we start up, I'd explain it, but I didn't because my brain is bad.
I'm just the cool aunt.
Go on.
I was like, kids work because we're talking about goats and baby goats are kids. As my mum and my sister always used to, my sister particularly say, kids are baby goats.
Yes.
But of course not. They normally mean human children as well. So I thought that Lawrence was saying you recently had another happy event.
I mean, I thought the picture would make it very clear what he meant.
Well, no, because you said goat. No, you're Monica's the eclectic goat. So.
Yes, I am the eclectic goat because I do in fact raise goats.
Goat in our X chat, Lawrence had mentioned that one of your herd was pregnant, so you were a little distracted, and I thought your herd was like your subscribers and your friends.
Well, she does.
And
she uses it both ways. Yeah.
One is capitalized, one is not.
Gotcha. Well, Lawrence isn't always consistent with capitalization.
Well, I didn't think she would. I mean, it's X. I'm keeping things short, and I didn't think I needed to say. No, it's not one of her audience members that she's waiting on.
I said subscribers, friends, family.
Okay, family.
Yeah, no, it's the fact that I have been living on naps and Red Bull for like 3 days waiting for her to deliver because she was late.
Oh,
well, Star Wars Retold. I'm sorry. Go on, Colin.
I was going to say. Oh, so you have just had a baby then?
Yeah, Anna, if you get a chance to respond to that, I just want to know for sure tomorrow, do you think we should just start the Silmarillion proper? Because I know we didn't do the Maiar yet, but it is really kind of short. I just listened to it and it's like, maybe we should just start the Silmarillion proper tomorrow and then address the Maiar as they come up. That's a quick question for Anna because her time is
golden.
All of us have valuable time, but she's, working really long hours and she is 13 hours ahead of us. So I need to get that in, folks. Now we can go back to Babylon 5. So
real quick,
the phone, Lawrence, quick announcement.
Very good announcement. Yeah. He says, howdy, folks. Hope you're all doing great. Just finished chapter 12.
Woo!
Yay!
Quite an epic undertaking. I'll be uploading within the hour, almost 45 minutes long. I feel like taking a vacation after all that work. And Star Wars, I think it would be well deserved.
Star Wars Retold at Star Wars Retold is a dear friend of the channel. And I think we're going to put Babylon 5 on hold for 1 week and do Star Wars Retold next week, chapter 12.
Nice. Yes.
Praxium of the Pathfinders.
Can't wait.
Absolutely.
And every time we do that, and I'll definitely have much better slides this time because we'll use actual creations from Praxium, or if they are regular Star Wars stock of ships and characters, we'll try to use slides that aren't as
no stable diffusion.
Yeah, as sketchy as I've been before. Okay, so back to our regularly scheduled program.
Banana instead.
So I guess we're all cool at that. Like Dutch and Colin, you up for Praxium of the Pathfinders next week?
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Chapter 12.
But,
yeah, and anytime someone in our wider family creates something, we like to give that center stage. Okay. So
Four from the Warrior cast gives them unprecedented power. And why not? It was the Warrior cast who died in the war against the Earthers. The Warrior
Did they?
cast.
Well, just the one ship.
Well, no, because one of the first people killed. Actually, no, we don't know what your cast was, do we? Do we?
We don't know.
There was only one battleship
Right.
that was
fighters.
destroyed.
The Black
but
Star.
they're fighters.
Yeah, the Black Star. Yeah.
But fighters were still shut down.
Yeah. Okay. Even
And wasn't there
they had to be
some
done
ground
manually
combat?
though, because they couldn't lock on.
Wasn't there some ground combat too?
Yes, there was. And yeah, in the episode where we have the radicals come on Babylon 5 who threatened Delenn, yeah,
Finger
there are
bones
plenty of
connected to the ham bone.
yeah, there's
Hand
plenty of
connected to the
ex-soldiers who've killed Minbari in hand-to-hand combat.
Yeah.
So.
But maybe, I mean, maybe what he's saying is that the warriors are the ones who did the fighting.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the religious, you know, so they were the ones that actually fought and died in the war.
Yeah, that's exactly what he's saying.
Yeah,
Mhm.
rather than the ships being mixed, religious warrior, etc., or something like that.
I do want to say that considering he was a fairly minor character overall, Narun's character arc, I think, is one of my favorite in the entire show.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah,
it's
he was
subtle.
cool.
It's subtle and it's believable.
It's so good that his soul is reborn as an Earth Alliance security officer who later becomes a tailor.
Well, he.
I don't want to know.
No, he
Don't
did work
don't
for
ruin
the
it
Earth
for me.
Ministry of Peace for one episode, though.
Yeah, and that character
Oh,
was then a
yes,
tailor on Crusade.
Oh
Oh
no!
no!
Yeah, same character.
Why
He's in
would they
Crusade.
do that?
He's
Someone
in-
so
he's in-
You mean
recognizable.
actor? You mean actor, right?
No, I mean the character. I'm pretty certain it was supposed to be the same
Oh
character.
shit!
What?
But when there's an episode where they get where they seriously camp it up in Crusade when they're changing the uniforms with Excalibur crew. When they walked on, what does a captain need with pockets? And
Oh,
the
Jesus. I thought he looked familiar.
yeah,
Is he a reincarnation of Nehru?
No,
he can't
it's the
be. He's
same
too
actor.
old.
No, it's the same actor.
Oh, okay.
But I'm saying, but that's what I'm joking about. He's the same actor, but yeah. But he played. Said he's.
Oh God, that just made me hate Crusade so much more. I mean, I didn't think it was possible. I thought I'd really topped out, but yeah, no, I found new depths.
It just goes to show I actually quite like Crusade. I wish they'd.
All right, that's it. Call
Man,
inspired.
I really want to know
Oh,
how.
no, man.
Like, we're gonna have to talk about this at some
Well,
point.
that'll give you stuff to talk about, man. You can't just have people just beat up on something. You got to have the other side too. It's fun.
I didn't know there was another side for Crusade.
Oh,
serious.
believe it or not, I heard Istophobos one time say, I watched Crusade again, and it's not as bad as I remember.
That's far different from enjoying it.
Well, that's Istophobos. He doesn't enjoy anything, really.
That's
unfair.
then again,
Just
I must admit, I do have a particularly soft spot for the X-Files episode.
Oh,
So that's
Oh, I can't. When I rewatched it for this Monday's thing, I couldn't even watch that one. I hate that episode. That is the point where it just went from being a bad show to being just a mockery of everything.
It was so much pastiche, but it still had some interesting things to say. But yeah, I mean, I think that was the point where you get to a point where it's okay to do references to other well-known sci-fi shows, but yeah, it was definitely an extreme comedy episode.
Except it wasn't funny.
Well, it wasn't particularly. It was. It was supposed to be a case of, oh, look at that. Oh, yes, this is the X-Files. Okay, we know these people, but
well,
I'm not supposed to get this angry about it until tomorrow.
okay. All right, so let's.
Why not? It was the warrior caste who died in the war against the Earthers. Warrior caste who have defended our world for centuries. While the council floated among the stars, isolated from its own people. This is wrong, is it? You say prophecy tells us great war is coming. Should not the warrior caste lead against it? The warrior caste cannot be allowed to set policy. When have you done any better? When I was inducted into this circle, I was finally told the reason we were told to surrender. I didn't know whether to laugh or weep. If we had been told the truth, then we never would have surrendered.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There'd be no more humans. There'd be no Babylon 5.
There would be, things would be really bad. You do not understand. I understand that before me is a creature that I do not recognize. One whose feet, one foot lies in two worlds.
One whose feet.
One whose feet lie in two worlds. One foot in two worlds. Okay, geez.
I was thinking it was Lennier with the foot fetish, but I was wondering if there's difference between Minbari feet and human feet. But anyway, we'll move on.
1 foot in two worlds. You are an affront to the purity of our race.
Ooh.
You believe that your belief that you are satisfying prophecy is the highest presumption.
See, I do hate that line because he makes some reasonable points and you can kind of understand him right up until he starts getting into purity of race.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he just instantaneously becomes bad guy.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I don't like that. One of the things that makes him great in later episodes is the fact that he's really nuanced.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And his actual line is presumption of the highest order.
Oh yeah, they curtailed it in the subtitles.
Yet,
yet,
it is true that you are now the perfect liaison between us and the Earthers. You have no home with either of us, so please act out your fantasy. Be our go-between. Return to Babylon 5 and stay there.
Now,
and the lights go out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so he is the newest member of the Nine, and yet he gets to just single-handedly decide whether or not.
Yeah, I wondered that myself. I'm like, why wasn't it,
well, it could have been a vote, but
Hadron. Why wasn't Hadron the one saying these things?
it could have been a vote, but they were like, all right, who wants to read the result? It's like when the Supreme Court announces their decisions and one of the justices writes it.
But
you know what? Also, sorry, but I was like, what if the council was tied? Oh no, it couldn't be because it's 8. No. It's 4 against 4, and Narn was the tiebreaker on whether or not to let her go back to Babylon 5.
Kind of. Oh, sorry. Yeah. The thing is also, of course, is though that yes, he's used to the Council of 9, but he is still on the Council of 9. She's not anymore. She's just another Minbari now.
An ambassador.
So, but she's not Satai. She's not a member of the council anymore.
No.
Of the Grey Council anymore. She's no longer Grey. She is just he is speaking from a much higher position of authority than her.
Right, but he's not speaking for the entire council. So why does he get to be the one that makes the only thing I can think of is that they're letting her talk was just a show, that in fact they'd already made the decision.
Well, yeah,
ahead of time.
They said before Hedron told her we're still doing our decision, and we'll let you know.
But he said you have the right to argue your case.
Yeah.
Well, no, to address the council.
Mm-hmm.
Right, but the idea was to argue her case. The only way this works is that if that was just for show and they had never had any intention of listening to her in the first place.
Yeah, maybe.
Which I believe is the case.
Yeah, but as you said, I mean that was definitely his speech was definitely personal speech from his point of view rather than everybody else's. It's just that no one else wanted to speak. So I think what they probably had already decided.
Well, anyway, next week, the author of Star Wars Retold, our dear friend Swappers, author of Praxium of the Pathfinders as well, releasing this chapter 12, will be celebrating his birthday with us as we talk about chapter 12. So the stars align for wonderful purposes next week.
That is awesome.
Yep. And just so people know, if you haven't heard of it before, Praxium of the Pathfinders is the book he had already wrote and is now adapting for audio drama on YouTube. You can go to Star Wars Retold and listen to the whole thing. Well, up to chapter 12 now. And it replaces basically the last
Jedi.
The last Jedi. I
Yes.
was about to say the last Starfighter. The Last Jedi and everything afterwards. Basically, after The Force Awakens ends, Praxium of the Pathfinders begins and takes the story and does better things with it. So
it is amazingly good, well written, well acted. The special effects, the sound effects, the music, it's all brilliant, and I highly recommend it to everyone.
It's written
who
for
is a
people
true
who
Star Wars
do
fan.
love Star Wars. And it's not easy either. There's like a bit of a surprise towards the beginning. Yeah, but it's as it goes on, it's something that someone who really loves Star Wars and the stories and like the EU and things like that.
Gosh, it's the movies we should have gotten.
Indeed.
All right.
Every
that'll
time you
be
meet,
fun.
every time you mention the EU, I just want to spit. We voted to leave them.
Oh, jeez. This is a different EU.
Yeah, it is. But again, this is a weird thing. Is because over there, the EU isn't something on your doorstep that you've just almost managed to escape from.
Well, yeah. We're talking about the EU.
Oh, yeah, I
as
know
far as
the expanded. I know we mean the expanded universe. I know you get the DCEU, etc., etc.
No, I understand. We've got things to escape from too.
But no, yeah, I'm gonna think. Yeah, I said. I mean, but then I haven't even seen The Force Awakens. Although it's a bit difficult to be in our circles and not know most of the story by now. But
you haven't seen it? Huh?
Don't bother. Don't bother.
No. The Force Awakens is no problem. Go to your DVD collection, find your copy of Star Wars from 1977, and watch it.
Watch that. Yeah, I know.
Except change the names. There's a girl in there, and
yeah, it's not.
She's fine. I mean, you know what? I think the character Rey could have been good if it wasn't for all this stuff written.
It's basically Star Wars.
I would have been fine with Rey as a concept character. I have no problem with that. But give her a good arc, give her a story.
There was no story.
I don't mean to be a pain in the butt, folks, but I'm really starting to fail. So
okay. All right,
I don't mind the side note, but if so, I'm gonna have to take off.
Okay, all right. Let's move on then. All right, let's finish this up strong because we are kind of within reach. Okay, all right. I don't think we need to go through even this, do we?
Yeah.
But he wedges the thing open. He yanks it open. He's prying it open with a sword. Give me a lever big enough, and I can move this, that, and the other thing.
Yeah,
And,
if only it weren't a sword, which is not.
Thank you.
At all, and not at all designed for that. Whereas the pipe, probably could have been far more reasonable.
Yep. I was like, well, that's a great place, great way to bend and or break a sword, depending on how well it's tempered.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's something that does come up there towards the end. I guess not in that conversation, but here's the creepier conversation of the two coming up later. What happens here? I guess.
She tells Lennier not a lie. She says it's only Delenn from now on, and that the council has determined that she will go back to Babylon 5 and resume her position there, and they feel very positively about it.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that she can spin them, can't she?
But it's nothing she said was a lie.
No.
Nope. Well, yeah, but there are some that think that intentionally deceiving or giving people the wrong impression.
But before they leave, She tries to convince Lennier not to come with her back to Babylon 5. Go back to your family, back to your studies, resume your life. Go home.
Yeah, but he says no.
That's the most marshmallow attempts at convincing
because she never
someone.
Because she never says go home. She says you could go home. You don't have to come with me.
Yeah, but he says where you walk, I will walk.
I have sworn myself to your side.
Yeah, not to his duty or position. He's talking to her as an individual.
So could she then absolve him of that oath? I don't know.
He is talking to her, but I mean, if it weren't for the fact that he's so enamored of her, you could kind of chalk it up to, well, she's basically a figure of prophecy.
Mm.
You know.
Mm.
Yeah.
You can't possibly understand what you're saying. Yes, I do. Come what may, Delenn.
What?
I will not leave you. And then my controls cover up the rest of this.
While I am still alive.
Mm-hmm. I will not leave you. It's not, I will not step down from my position, even while I'm still alive. It's like, it's not like his service to Minbar or service to his position, her position, or any of that. It's just like you. He keeps saying you. And that's where it's like warning signs, where it's kind of like different.
Well, to be fair, there are other members of the religious caste that follow Delenn specifically, like this other priest talking to Sinclair. Said to Sinclair, where Delenn points, I follow. And so many of the religious castes, but I understand but so maybe
again,
she was used to that kind of devotion because she was the student of Dukat, and so maybe she didn't really.
Well, but I think she did, and or at least the warning signs should have been there.
Yeah, they
but
definitely were.
I really think that he gets a lot more personal with his language after that whole scene where she talks about how she appreciates him and she touches him, and that's why I said, like, that's really where I think things start to take a turn.
Yeah. And this is where she talks about ordering him to look up instead of down in the same way that Dukat did with her.
Right. She's trying to emulate her teacher, I think.
Yeah.
And he is taking it differently,
Even when you were looking up, you were still looking down. And this is where it gets even
yeah, this is her leading him on.
I don't think she intended to do it, but
Maybe
I
not.
think she does need him emotionally and
yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. I think she doesn't see the warning signs because she's taking too much refuge in him. She's feeling very hurt and abandoned right now.
Right.
And he's there.
Exactly.
It's rather like the woman who sleeps with the guy in the friend zone after she's been dumped because she wants her ego soothed.
And then
wait, that happens.
Well, this line right here, could you read that for me, Dutch? Because my controls cover it up.
If it is your choice to come with me.
Yeah. No.
Then I could not wish for a better or braver companion.
Yeah.
So there's been a sighting of the ship.
Yeah. All right. So anyway, there's been a sighting of the ship, and then he announces that he's pulled in some guns. Now they've responded really quick. The Agamemnon comes in pretty quick here, I think.
Especially for a ship that I think we've been told earlier it normally does deep space out on the rim exploration.
Yeah.
But it's the fastest Earth ship there is, and at least out in this area, and was close enough to come to Babylon 5. And since it is Sheridan, they would do it.
Yep.
Considering his visit was supposed to be unofficial, it's kind of interesting that he was able to
Yeah.
Just be like, hey, I know you were probably doing something else, but you
His
want to come
visit-
help out?
His visit may have been unofficial, but it wasn't unknown that he was coming there.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it was known to Sheridan and then later her and stuff. But yeah, it just seemed like a quick response. And I don't know that the script doesn't end up needing it either. Now they may have felt, in order to respond to this, they might have needed it.
Yeah, that's a good point. Why even bring the Agamemnon in?
Yeah, but the Minbari are about to offer assistance, so it ends up not being needed. So they didn't need to bring it in.
No,
but
they didn't know that they wouldn't need it.
Well, yeah, the characters, but the writers.
Yeah, but like it's a very weird Chekhov
Yeah.
gun situation. We brought in an entire ship we didn't need.
Yeah, there it is.
The other thing is Delenn says, what's going on? Send me the information. Yeah, we're familiar with this species.
Mm-hmm.
How did she know where they were going to be?
There's another reason to bring the Agamemnon in. It reinforces the idea that the Agamemnon was Sheridan's old ship. The more they repeat that, the more you remember, and it does have an impact later on.
Yeah, I don't think it's bad. I think it's something that they can include, but it's like, it's just another thing where you could say, well, did you need to? But it's not bad.
Delenn does say that they chased the Streib back to the home world.
Yeah, so she gives them the location of their home world, and that's where they jump to. And hey, what a coinky dink! That's where the ship that has Sheridan went to.
But we have a dream first.
We do. A dream or a vision.
Yeah, I don't. Okay, this is the one thing that I guess is supposed to be important in this, but I don't really understand why.
Nor do I.
Yeah, I didn't quite
and
get
then,
it.
Like, there's the whole, this is the first time that your mind has been quiet enough to hear us.
Yeah, I'm like, really?
Well,
He's never
why?
been tired before?
Yeah, like, why is this the first time?
Yeah, my mind isn't quiet under stress.
I took
his mind to be racing.
But I took it to mean it was the first one was quiet since he'd been captured.
Oh.
But then,
so why that's important that Kosh can actually just reassure? I don't.
Again, the timing of it's weird.
Yeah,
and then the vision itself, it's like weird. Not as weird as Deep Space Nine's, things. I think those could have been done better. But as a dream sequence goes, it's not super bad, but it does have some things where I'm wondering, okay, what could this mean? And what could this mean? And after having seen the show, the whole series several times, it's like I'm still wondering.
We still wondering what some of the symbols mean.
like there's a whole discussion he has later with Ivanova about like, I had this dream and maybe this meant this and maybe this meant this. But it's never anything other than guesswork.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you as the viewer don't really know, and you could guess some things yourself. And so it's fun to talk about maybe, but you're not sure exactly. I think it's because wasn't Twin Peaks going on at the same time? So they thought they'd get Twin Peaky.
Twin Peaks was long before this.
Oh,
I was at college. I was at college when Twin Peaks was on the show, on the air. Only reason I remember that is because I had a friend in college who was obsessed with the show and would tell me what happened to the last episode every week.
Yeah, I never saw it, but I had a feeling it was something like this. I think I saw one episode and it was like, I don't know, a little person dancing, and I didn't get it.
It was surreal like this, yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, the man in the middle is looking for you. Is it Justin?
I hope you didn't miss what Sheridan's wearing here.
Yeah.
A Psychor uniform?
Uh-huh.
Oh, did I skip over that?
Well, no. It'll be the very next slide. Yeah, you missed it. Before she says you're the hand, you see him wearing like a purple turtleneck and a black jacket. And when he turns around, he's wearing a Psycop uniform with the Psycor badge.
Oh, shoot. Then I guess I did miss it.
I wonder what the meaning of the birds are, because Ivanova had a crow on her shoulder,
Or a
and
raven.
then Garibaldi
And a white dove.
a white dove. So
Well, wasn't later on, aren't the shadows and the Vorlons, doesn't one of them appear as Ivanova?
Yes. Well,
So
multiple people. The shadows appeared as multiple people later on, and the Vorlons appeared as a lady in a cube.
I was just thinking. I was just wondering if one was supposed to be shadows, one was supposed to be Vorlons or something. Raven being the shadows. Probably.
That's the thing is that this feels like it feels like something out of Lost.
Yeah.
Where like, we've set up all of these possible mystery things, and then we never actually explain most of them.
Exactly. Yeah.
Mystery boxy.
Why are you here? We were never away. It's almost like the Vorlons outside of time now, in a way.
But okay, so we were never away. For the first time, you can hear me. So who's the we?
Good question, because that is the line in the show.
Yeah.
And by the way, the Kosh's dialogue in this one, there's no behind it. It's just him talking. For the first time, your mind is quiet enough to hear me.
It's in Sheridan's mind, I suppose, rather than.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's the environmental suit is just visual here.
Well, and it's not going through it's not going through a translator. It's a mental.
Yeah, that's true.
Why am I here?
You have always been here.
Oh, but this is not the only time he says this in this episode.
No, definitely not.
Mm-hmm. But he wakes up from that, and then we're going to move along here. This is where he finally decides to pry a door. And what did I write there?
What seems to be the problem, Babylon Control? Why am I waiting so long? Oh, well, the captain got captured, and we're trying to figure out who got him. Send me what you have. Okay, here you go.
Yeah, and she knows. We know these.
By the way, got their home address right here. Go get them.
Yeah, the Streib. Oh, I misspelled it. It's a B. Streib. Sorry.
That's okay. Stank-ass
they're a bunch of skank-ass mofos. Yep. And
you're Sheridan ruining a sword.
Yep. And he gets up and he's like, "That's my sword. What are you doing with it?" And he gets up and he helps for some reason. Then they're here outside of, I guess that's their home world. And then they come in guns ablazing with the
Which
Agamemnon.
is exactly what they did. Because I'm telling you, the Agamemnon comes through the jump gate, and as soon as it stops, zipping through the gate, blam, it opens fire.
Mm-hmm.
And we got to presume that they were saying, hey, look, there's our engine. Let's take it out.
Yeah, hopefully. Otherwise,
we do hear an announcement from Ivanova to target the exterior of the ship, hopefully.
Yeah, but that wasn't exterior. I'm like, maybe they were shooting for engine or something, because otherwise, let's shoot that part of the ship. Oh no, we just killed the captain.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, the other thing is that is there anything that ever suggests that they can see through into regular space?
From hyperspace, right?
And yet they're firing when they come through.
Yeah, it was dramatic effect. That's what it was.
It
would
get you
cool.
It would get you in trouble if you were hunting, for goodness sakes.
It's to look cool.
Yeah, I would suggest that maybe that is how you train your crews to be as quick off the things as possible, so they're ready to fire and they're looking for a target as soon as they come out, and they know what to look for. But yeah, I mean, it definitely does seem come out, shoot, okay, look around. Yeah, definitely, it definitely does seem a bit too fast for that.
But anyway, that was no jump.
Indeed, it was not.
And then she's telling people to target
Poor
external
Will
targets.
again.
Yeah, focus on external targets now that you already blasted it.
But only Will again. Poor old Will. Everyone's always shooting at Will.
Yeah, you got to feel sorry for Will.
Yeah. Well, he notices we've been hit, and then here she is. This is Ambassador Delenn of the Minbari Republic. No, they're not a republic. They're just the Minbari.
If you remember our last confrontation, you will release your prisoners at once. She should have been a little more specific about how they would be released.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah.
Yeah, Delenn does not have a terribly successful anything in this episode.
Yeah, really.
Everything she does turns to shit this episode.
Yeah.
Well, the Agamemnon's firing at it, and then here we have. Can you do the
eyes anymore when I kiss your lips, and there's no tenderness like before in your fingertips. You're trying hard not to show it. Somebody was supposed to back me up on that one,
baby.
But baby, I know it. Yeah, no, you're only supposed to back me up on the one baby. You lost that love and feeling. By the way, the guy he clonks on the head here.
That love and feeling.
The guy he clonks on the head here.
Mm-hmm.
How does he know that wasn't just another prisoner?
Well, he looked like one of those guys that abducts people.
Uh-huh.
This big kind of
He read the script.
He had no idea who this guy was, and he's like, I'm going to hit him on the head. I mean,
Well,
turns out he was
doubtful
right.
that the prisoners would be walking around, but under
Well,
attack,
walking
maybe.
around.
That's my point.
Yeah, under attack, maybe. Well, yeah, I guess that's why he got this line of "You lost that loving feeling." Whoa, that love and feeling.
Fortunately, that was a Streib, and he had started the cycle for the survival pod.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, once again, this was the episodes that are based on this thing happened because they needed it for the plot are my least favorite by far.
Yeah.
Yeah, and for a reason.
The writing is normally so much better than that.
Oh man, and yeah, but that's nice graphics, man. Oh, or
Someday I'm
lighting.
gonna make a list of like the Babylon 5 episodes. The problem is that there's always like little bits and pieces, even in like the Monster of the Week episodes.
Yep, that's the
And there
problem.
are certain episodes that, like, if you could just skip them, the whole thing would really be better.
And that's the thing. When you're watching it for the first time, you've got to watch the whole thing. But then when you decide you want to watch it another time, here's the ones you can skip.
Yeah. Well, this wasn't in the list. You guys were
No. But this
when
is
I
one-
say you guys,
this
I
is
mean
one
like
where I would say,
Dutch and Colin were saying
But this is one where I would in my list I would say, okay, this episode, skip chapters this, and this.
Okay. Well, next time you can tell me which things to skip.
I would not
After
presume.
Praxima the Pathfinders, chapter 12.
I would not presume.
I do have
Well, you can make suggestions, and then I'll make the
right.
final verdict.
I do want to point out, though, that if the Agamemnon's there, Ivana is probably not the senior officer on site.
Yeah.
She's not the senior line officer on site either.
Oh no! They didn't
Colin
do
is
that.
Colin is answering Phantom Outsider, who said, like Ivanova wouldn't space the hostages if she were inclined to take hostages.
Well, I don't know. It
I
depends.
don't think she would.
If they were Psy-Corps.
She's not the type. Of course, she's
Well,
not.
she did once. She actually called it to take out Bester, and Sheridan fortunately was there to countermand it. But anyway, we were just speculating. Fortunately, she picks up an SOS. Fortunately, she didn't take too long to figure out the dots and the dashes.
I wanted to know how he made the dots and
Yeah,
dashes.
so do I. I was expecting it to sort of see that when you just push into widescreen or something. Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this is a life pod. It's not like it's.
Yeah.
I'd
Well, they
imagine
made
you'd
it
have like a
quick.
beacon, but that would be it.
Yeah, it was. They made it quick at least, so it didn't take too long to deal with that. But it was odd. It was strange. Well, not strange. It was too much of a trope, I guess, and
Yeah.
too much of a trope. But anyway, we're back here, and it looks like. How is he, Doc? I guess that's Garibaldi asking Doc. Oh no, that's Sheridan asking. Yeah, and
Wait, so does Sheridan know that only one of his team made it back? Because there's no way he should know that.
He's already out of the prisoner clothing and into fresh clothing. He's been cleaned up. He doesn't have blood on his face anymore. At some point during that time, somebody would have told him.
yeah, he will live to love another day. Actually, I thought it was the Narn.
Yeah, that is the Narn. Yeah, that was it, Doc.
Yeah, he's going to live to love another day.
He'll survive. And what about Ramirez? Yeah, he didn't make it. Great. And what about Jones and Smith?
That's what I'm saying. He never asks about the other ones.
That was that's what I was talking about earlier.
Which implies that he somehow knows that Ramirez is the only one that made it back, but there's no way he should know that.
But even if he does know that, doesn't know that, his reaction here, oh man, one of my guys died. Jerk, 3 of your guys died.
But then, I mean, he may have seen the other 2 destroyed before he was. Were they destroyed before he was captured? I don't remember.
Yes, they were destroyed before he got pulled aboard the ship.
Here's another thing. Maybe those other guys were a little bit older. Maybe those guys were older, in which case, no big deal. It's the young guys that you really want.
Right.
I mean, he may have realized. He may have realized that 2 of them have been killed.
But once again,
we don't know either way.
Once again, he was ejected into a pod, basically, that he had no control over. So unless he coincidentally is turning end over end in space and happens to see like all 3 of those things happen.
Yeah, true.
True. Because he was the first one. He was the first one hit and had to eject before any of the other fighters were destroyed.
He's in his cockpit, so he's probably still got some of his comms. So he might have had. I don't know. I mean,
well, death never is.
It's one of those things that, like, if it was the only thing wrong with the episode and the only thing ridiculous about the episode, I wouldn't even consider it. It's just that there are so many things that were like either badly written or badly directed that it just kind of becomes one more to go. Like, were people just not paying attention during this episode?
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what the saving grace of the episode is.
You have always been here.
Kind of makes you wonder if something was lost in edit, doesn't it?
Although I would say Liza always asks me, what does that mean?
Means it wasn't just a dream.
You have always been here?
The fact that he said that to him in the dream and then says it to him right back here out in the hallway means it was not just a dream.
Well,
it also means that everyone on the entire station should be really pissed at Kosh. Because they've been running around trying to find the captain the whole time. And Kosh was just in his head. And could have been like...
I thought it meant that this is your destiny. This is a point in time in which you are always meant to be here. Not physically here, but basically at this position at the beginning of this.
But he doesn't say you are meant to be here. He says you have always been here.
Yeah.
So you're saying he's the right person in the right place at the right time.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And yet he has to be tested for it later.
Sebastian?
That's true. I mean, the Vorlons, they have their quirks. You know, like the Minbari, they have their quirks. Everybody got their quirks. The
I mean, the
Vorlons.
quirks of the Vorlons are that other than this Kosh, they aren't very nice.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Quirks got you one more character point in GURPS.
Yeah, I was going to say that they're 1 to 5 point quirks.
Yeah.
But anyway, this guy.
Oh no! After what you've been through, you deserve to sit for a while.
Yeah, and he needs to get back to Falcon's Rest.
Sure. I was hoping to board the Agamemnon before she left, but they had to get going, I guess. There's always a crisis somewhere. Then he holds up this little gadget.
Yeah, I'm not just here to raid your whiskey. I got this from Radio Shack.
Now we can talk freely.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that the room is bugged, but I don't want to take any chances. It's about time somebody showed up to debrief me, damn it. I've been here 6 months. White started feeling like I'd been abandoned. I'm sorry, but with the death of President Santiago, it's taken a while to sort things through. What have you found out? They're all loyal to Earth, if that's what you mean. Ivanova, Garibaldi, Franklin, all the rest of them. They're good people, General. I don't like spying on them. You're not a spy. More like a trapdoor spider. Now, I thought long and hard on that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how is a trapdoor spider better than a spy?
Yeah.
Simple. A trapdoor spider has her legs on the threads that extend out from her trapdoor. She is watching everything that goes by. Mm-hmm. Only a valid target will make her strike. Sheridan is much the same way. He is hiding there with his hands and fingers on all the strings, watching to see if anyone is a traitor. And if they are, pounce.
But to who? Yeah. But then to who?
Probably to Hague.
No, I mean to
Egg?
Traitor to
Hague.
who?
Oh, Hague. Okay.
So yeah, yeah, I suppose.
A traitor to the Constitution of the Earth.
Yeah.
Because Hague is definitely not pro. What is the name of the new president? Clark.
Yeah. Yeah, he basically was looking for anyone who is not truly loyal to Earth.
Right.
And he's saying, they're all loyal to Earth, so they're all good people. I didn't find anyone to pounce on.
I think for clarity's sake, they could have regularly mentioned the Constitution, rather than say loyalty to Earth, and it because really what underpins the loyalty here is because the Constitution basically they're saying is, and I agree with it, is it trumps the direct orders above you.
Yeah, I was going to think about it. That it's they're loyal to Earth, not the government. Not it's like they're loyal to it. It's like saying you're not loyal to you don't swear an oath, for example, to your president. You swear an oath to your country.
Right.
No, when you swear your oath, you
say, and I guess just the American in me, we would say Constitution, because what represents the country is the Constitution, where you're more loyal to that Constitution.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is you're swearing loyalty to your nation, which is something I understand, rather as well. Rather than to any one person or any one position. Mm-hmm. Whereas if I would swear loyalty to the Crown, which means I'm swearing loyalty to an institution and a position rather than to my country.
Right.
So perhaps what they're saying is they're loyal to Earth rather than any particular government on Earth. So I suppose that is perhaps what he's saying there.
Right, and I guess
which for an American probably would translate as you said, as the Constitution, because of the way your system is set up.
Being founded on an idea or a set of principles that are more important than any individual office holders.
Yes, that there are God-given rights, and here is how we guarantee the government never infringes on them. Well, hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah. As we know, things don't always work out that way, but you could still stick to your principles because sometimes it's all you have.
Mm-hmm.
And once again, we quote Sheridan later and saying, you got to build a house. It's like building a house on sand. The principles are your foundation. Without the principles, there's no foundation for what you say you believe in.
Exactly.
So at the end of the day, we're all trying to do what's right and so forth, but not all of us, I guess, because the show is showing how there's a regime that is trying to basically, it's not living up to its principles. It's not living up to what the whole reason of governing Earth is supposed to be. Protect Earth, protect the rights of the people of Earth, and look out for it, the larger best interests of their lives and going forward. In this case, it's their lives trump, the interests of government. So that's more important, even in the military, because if you set those principles above the individuals in the military, it's like, hey, this is why we're here. We're not here because we just want to have a military. We're here for a purpose. And so we're defending this purpose more so than, the institution that's supposed to defend those purposes.
Yep.
Okay. I'm sorry. I'm just at a tired point. I shouldn't be so tired when I'm trying to say such profound things. My brain isn't working great. Anybody want to say anything at this point?
Let's move on.
Goat's been quiet, so I don't know.
Everyone's tired.
Yep. I think we should wrap it up.
I'm still awake, but not by much.
I'm going to wrap it up here, but we are at the conclusion. But unfortunately, it's at the end, and this is when the really important things are being said.
Basically, he's
you mean the only important things?
I thought that Righteous Brothers song was great, the way they worked that into the show. But anyway, what are we saying here?
Clark put you in here because he thought you were a hard-nosed jarhead, but we both know you're not that. But it puts you in the perfect position to, do what we need.
Trapdoor.
And what do we need?
Why? Okay, yeah, I'm behind you.
And not everyone buys at the party. That not everyone believes Santiago's death was an accident.
Yeah,
I've been having some real second thoughts about this myself, especially when the guy we found guilty of being part of it got taken away and never showed up again.
Well, and ever since the very beginning, his head of security has been telling him.
Yeah. And if it was an assassination, we're talking about a military coup. Well, not entirely. They probably had some help from the military, intelligence community, Home Guard. You're talking Psy Corps. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. And so this is where
the trick is proving it.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to proceed very carefully back home. You have a freer leash because you're out here on the far end.
Mm-hmm. That's
if we go too far, we'll be noticed. Since they think you're on their side, go back. I didn't catch what you said.
Oh, I'm sorry. I never know where I'm
back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if they said because they think on your side, they won't pay as close attention. Ta-da! Yeah, so you're making an awfully big assumption that I'm on your side. Mm-hmm. What makes you think I'll turn you in the second you walk out? Soldier's record tells a lot about a person. Not just what he's done, but how he's done it and why. You have an uncommon failing for someone in your position, Captain.
I don't understand this scene. I mean, he signed up to be a spy for this guy, and he doesn't know what the mission is or what it's about.
He was given an assignment by this guy to watch his people here on the station and find out if they truly are loyal to a particular politician or to Earth entirely, or were they working for Psy Corps? What's going on with the people on Babylon 5? Because Babylon 5 was clearly involved in Santiago's assassination.
Yeah, but he didn't explain why. Basically, Santiago had this guy as his next pick, and when he died, Clark said, "Okay, let's go ahead with that because this guy looks like, on paper, a jarhead, and he's the only one that defeated the Minbari in the war and stuff." So he looked like, on paper, what Clark would want. And so this guy kind of included this in his mission. It's like, okay, when you go here, check out these people, check out their loyalty, but he didn't say why.
Well,
He's
it's
just
probably
like,
also the fact that he didn't know. I mean, this was almost immediately after Santiago's death, wasn't it? So it's
yeah,
probably
like
also
2
the
weeks.
fact that Hague didn't know. Hague just had suspicions and feelings, and he needed to find out.
Yep.
Let the sim develop as well.
Well, the
so.
thing is, it doesn't seem like Hague defined what loyalty meant in this
I know
mission.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
Can you check to see if these people are constitutionalists or if they're on board with Clark? Because Sheridan didn't seem to understand this.
Yeah, Sheridan said they're loyal to Earth. They're loyal to Earth, and I guess he was waiting till the debriefing, or Hague was waiting till the debriefing to kind of like define what he meant, because he's still, I guess
But how can you do your job unless you knew beforehand what it is you were looking for? That's why this conversation surprised me. It's like
you would think he would define the parameters of loyalty first, if Sheridan's going to be a good judge of that.
It could have also been as simple as find out where their loyalties lie.
Yeah.
Boom.
And then
Sheridan doesn't know what he's looking for. He just needs to find out where their loyalties lie. Well, they're all loyal to Earth. They're good people. What else can I say? Now can you tell me what this is all about?
You don't want to define him too much, because otherwise you're going to color his how he's looking at people.
Exactly.
If you don't know what all of the parameters are, then it's easier to make an objective.
Yep.
Okay.
So find out where their loyalties lie. That'll be all you need to do there.
Yeah.
Well, reporting to the guy and telling him, oh, they're all loyal to Earth. What does that mean under this political climate? It's like, yeah, we're loyal to the United States of America. What does that mean in this political climate? Like,
it doesn't mean anything in this climate, but in the show, they're loyal to Earth means something. We can move on.
Loyal to Earth could mean that they're loyal to Clark, or
but it doesn't. But it doesn't. The way Sheridan says it, the way Hague takes it, that is what it means. We can move on. It's not that complicated.
It's integral to it means what the show wants it to mean, I suppose.
That's the problem that I had with it, Colin. That
I know what you're saying.
It's one of those things where I guess they're also showing that struggle of loyalty, and it comes up in spades as we go forward. What are you loyal to, and what are you supposed to be loyal to? I guess I just always let the cat out of the bag early in saying that, principles are principles, and you go back to whatever the principles are for whatever you're a part of and say, this is what I'm loyal to. Because that's the whole purpose for something to exist. For an Earth Alliance to exist, they have to have a formulation of principles, and then you stay loyal to those principles, no matter what.
Well, they get into it later on when he makes his choice about who's going to be the new commander of Babylon 5.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, we were all fighting on the side of Earth, just, in different ways, basically.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what makes this conversation so confusing. It's like, what does it mean they were loyal to Earth? Are they loyal to their, to their regiment, to their to the military? They feel like they're honor bound to just follow whatever orders, no matter what? Or so some soldiers took that as being loyal to Earth, and the other one's like, no, we took an oath to the Constitution, and that's what it means to be loyal to Earth. So his response to Hague here, well, they're loyal to Earth, okay? What does that mean?
I disagree, because I don't think anyone ever thinks that they're talking about I'm loyal to the military when they say, "Are you loyal to Earth?" What
well,
happens
later he appoints his what is the name of the captain?
His
in
ex-wife.
Yes, his
No.
ex-wife. She has this huge argument with Garibaldi. I was loyal, I was a soldier, and I was following orders, and everybody clapped as if that was a virtuous thing. And so, which side is this show on in regards to that? And so I don't know.
Well,
I
I
don't
think
know.
at this point, at this stage of the game, I think it's okay to be like this because we haven't had the conflict yet for us to undergo the learning process of what the whole difficulty with Earth and government and loyalty comes to. We're at the beginning of learning about that as a viewer of the show. So we're at the beginning of this whole thing that, you know, gives us enough interest to talk about it years afterwards.
Sure.
Yeah,
no,
right
but
now, right now it's a question of did you find somebody who is loyal to Earth, or are they loyal to the Psi Corps, or are they loyal to the Assassins Guild that did something with Santiago? Well, everyone here seems to be loyal to Earth. Where do we go from there, Hague? Boom.
Yeah, because Hague doesn't know better yet how deep, or he may know how deep, but he
I
doesn't
think
know
Hague
how much
knows
it's
how
stretched.
deep. Yeah.
Yeah, Hague knows. He just hadn't told Sheridan yet. This is him telling Sheridan.
Okay.
And how does he know that Sheridan won't turn him in? You're a patriot. You believe that we put on this when we put on this uniform, it means something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But it's another nice.
Oh, we took a solemn vow to protect Earth.
Yep. So I guess that's what it is. I mean, as long as you understand that loyalty to the planet means
Loyalty
the planet,
to the
its
planet.
people, and the people on that.
But they do
Yeah.
show later that loyalty to the planet to some soldiers means to follow, you're honor bound to follow orders. That's what a soldier does, and that's serving Earth. And so I don't know, in my opinion, like he should have defined more what his mission was. He can't just what does it mean? Loyal to Earth.
If it
It's like,
defines,
are they
determine their loyalties was almost certainly what he said.
right? But what does it mean? Determine the loyalty to who? He should have been more specific. Are they constitutionalists? Are they with
No, they're not.
Clark?
No, they're not.
I do agree. I think you're making it too complicated because again, you don't want to color his perspective when he's looking at people.
Yeah, and he just said when we put on this uniform, we took a solemn vow to protect Earth against threats from outside and from within. That is almost exactly the vow people make, the oath people take when they join the military to defend the Constitution against all threats, from outside and from within.
and I think the reason why they're leaving it not completely overly clarified at this point is because we need to have this struggle in the story of the show. And it's a struggle that, believe it or not, people haven't completely figured out even in real life today, you know, and that's part of the point. It's like,
I don't know, guys. I found this scene very weird. It didn't make much sense to me that you're recruited for something and you don't know the complete scope.
That's
or
typically what happens.
That's the military for you. You're constantly recruited for stuff and not told why.
Yeah.
Ours not the reason why. Ours but to do and die.
Yeah. I mean, it is difficult stuff, but that's why it makes. I mean, here's the thing. If he over clarifies things in this point in the show, then we don't have as much to go on as a journey as we go through the show. And I think it's leaving things open to the audience to struggle about these points and to deal with it.
No, I agree. It's a worthwhile
about
struggle to have. It's a worthwhile thing to think about. I guess. I mean, it's hard to do this mission. Report if you see anything weird. Well, define weird.
Determine the loyalties of the upper staff. That's what he was told to do, and that's what he did. They're loyal to Earth. Done.
Okay, I'm going to disagree with you guys.
But then they're loyal to Earth. But then at that point, at some point, Earth may mean different things to different people.
Yeah.
This has already been established in the show that loyalty to Earth means different things to different people. And
Mhm.
so did he? And the line that was, well, the line that Sheridan said, "How do you know I just won't turn you in?" It doesn't. I mean, how can you not be completely on board with something? And this guy is his superior officer, sure, but it doesn't seem like he's authorized to give him this type of mission. I don't know.
Yeah, it's that bit isn't. I agree that bit is a bit odd. And how do you know I won't just turn you in? But
yeah,
Well, the military branch and the civilian branch are very different and not always.
Yeah.
And now here it's like you have to determine whether your staff is trustworthy enough to bring them in on this, because you guys are going to be all alone in the night.
Yeah, you're putting them in equal jeopardy if you do bring them in.
Bring him in. Sheridan doesn't even know apparently what "in" means. Like, what is the mission? It's not been defined.
Well, yeah, I mean that's possibly an even bigger part of the risk is there's something wrong. They know there's something wrong, but
They know it
don't
has
know
to
what.
do. That has to do with Santiago's assassination and Clark's movements,
Yeah.
and
But
what
they-
Psychor has been doing.
But I think that's part of the point is that but they don't know what it is. So that's what even more dangerous is. You don't know what you don't know what you're saying. Okay, I'm in for this, but without knowing where it's going to go. I think that's an even bigger part of it. Is that you're signing up for something, but you don't know where it's going to lead.
Yeah, it's not much reward for being trustworthy, is it? No, it isn't.
No, it's not. But it's time we stopped reacting and started acting.
I'm surprised that Sheridan even took the mission, having said the line, "How do you know I won't just turn you in?"
Yeah, that
well, because he took
sense.
because he took the mission to determine the loyalty of people on Babylon 5. That was all he was told to do. Then when Hague got here and told him, well, Santiago, Psychor, all the other stuff, and he's like, okay, how do you know I won't turn you in? Like, how do you know I'm not part of that?
Mm-hmm.
No, because you're a patriot.
Okay, I see what he was saying.
Yeah.
He wasn't questioning the mission. He was just It's like, how did you know to bring me on board with this? So he did have more. Okay, I see.
And he can do what he can, but he's got to be quiet about things, and you guys are out here all on your own.
So I need your answer, Captain, and I need it now.
Okay.
Well, let me guess. We're halfway through season 2 of 5 season episode. He's going to turn around and say no, isn't he?
Well, and by the way, I did love that this is pretty much exactly halfway into the season, and Sheridan has just said, "I've been here 6 months."
Yeah.
And he also said early in the episode, "Oh, when I got here back in January."
What do you mean? Yes, it's me. All right. And there we
And
go.
they're all in their civilian clothing. Not even Garibaldi is in his uniform.
Well, they've just got out of bed, so.
When have we ever seen them just get out of bed and not show up in uniform?
Well, when they're still in their quarters, yeah. But here, I guess, no one, they didn't make it obvious.
He told them
it does give you the.
He told them, civilian clothing, no uniforms.
Mm-hmm. So,
and now he starts explaining to them weird things back home. Hours since Santiago's death. You know it, I know it. And we've stood by too long. That's going to change. Quietly, discreetly, an inch at a time, and for now, completely legally. Strictly within the rules.
Mm-hmm.
But we have to do something or risk losing everything we hold dear. We'll get some help from inside Earthdome, but the bottom line, we're on our own.
I'm just showing their faces.
Yeah. If anything goes wrong, we're on our own. Anybody wants to leave now before you hear anything, you have to report. do so.
And that's why they're all alone in the night. So
nothing will be said.
Okay.
I'm in.
Yeah, he's the first one, Garibaldi, because it's like, yeah, I knew this shit was stinky at the end of last season.
I'm still mad about being shot in the back about over this whole thing.
I'm in. Well, Franklin just says ditto.
Yep. Well, says, hey, I never did know when to butt out.
Okay.
We're
And
with you. Yep.
That's it. That's the end. So we thank you very much, Eclectic Goat, for sticking with us all this time. You are definitely.
We just lost Colin.
Oh.
That's because
no.
I think
No,
I hit him
I'm
by.
still here.
Oh,
we lost Goat. We lost Goat.
I'm
Because
still here.
I clicked her because she has a rectangular avatar
I was-
thing that looks like
No.
slides.
I was gonna say I haven't gone anywhere.
You were a book of slides, and I
I saw your icon vanish. So I was like, wait, what was this? No.
But thank you for
Thanks.
being here.
Thanks for being here. Now get out.
All right, going forward, I think we're going to start doing after Praxium. We're going to do like maybe 2 episodes a week, except for really special ones. And the thing is, I'm going to now just have you guys tell me which one, like Dutch, which dialogues to include, and the rest will just be topic slides.
I'll be glad to.
And that's it. So that way we can move a little faster.
Yeah, that's no problem at all.
Except for those really special episodes where we're going to spend the whole time on it because there's so much.
Probably every third episode.
Yeah. Well, it is
much.
going to get. Yeah, it is going to be like that. But yeah. But now I see I can put 2 in 1, and we can even shorten these because there was times tonight that I felt I could have been more efficient. All right, folks. Anybody want to say anything before departing? We do want everyone to join us tomorrow for, what are you calling it? To crusade or not crusade?
What am I calling it? I think I referred to it as were we supposed to take this seriously?
Okay.
It's the thumbnail is were we supposed to take this seriously? I think the actual title is Crusade. How did this go so wrong?
And what are we doing this Silmarillion?
Tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern, although I will check with you because I need to Anna was visiting us there, but I'll need to check X to see what her final thoughts are on some.
No problem.
Yep. But that would be 4 p.m. Eastern if we're doing it, but you'll see the stream get scheduled early in the day.
Gotcha.
But
I didn't know what time Goat's show is.
Goat's show
7
is at 7.
7 p.m. Eastern time. You said earlier, yes.
Yeah, 7 p.m. Eastern.
Sorry about that, Goat.
So anyone in the sound of my voice, in the range of my voice, please do show up for that, or at least catch it after the fact. You should be subscribed to the Eclectic Goat.
And Goat,
is it acceptable to put a link in for tomorrow's show?
Of course. I think Scott may have already have been doing that throughout the stream, but
I saw him do a please subscribe thing once. That was the only
It's at the Eclectic Goat, right? 'Cause I'm
yes.
typing it in now. I could mod you and you could type it in, but
well, I was gonna do the actual specific
show link.
Yeah, that thing.
Okay, that's possible.
Sorry, I'm getting.
Can you type in the chat so I can mod you?
Well, apparently, if I could type it all right now, I think I think I'm getting
Just
kind of
type a
punch drunk.
1.
I think I'm getting kind of punch drunk.
Oh man,
failing.
Okay, let's see. Standard moderator. How do it hide user? No, we don't. Add as moderator.
Ding. She has a shield now.
Ta-da!
Yeah, and
it's a shield here. I thought.
Yeah.
They've been bouncing back and forth between shields and
in
wrenches.
In StreamYards, it's a wrench. In YouTube, it's a shield.
I guess it means that YouTube changed it, and then StreamYard's still using the old symbol.
Got it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Defender
Awesome.
of the crown.
All right. Ta-da.
Hey, Goat, it was a real pleasure meeting you. Thank you so much for joining us.
Nice to meet you as well. We're doing so we're dividing it into 4 things. We're not going episode by episode, so we're doing characters this week.
Okay. That's a good way to start. Yeah, I'll save it for tomorrow, but yeah,
Whom do you serve and whom do you trust?
Who do you love?
Even the startup is dumb.
Well, no, yeah, the call to arms. I remember when I first saw it because I saw it
was a
when
weird
it
movie.
first came out, and it
Yeah.
was like I saw what they were trying to do, and it just didn't quite work for me. And it was kind of sad because I really liked Babylon 5. I felt I wanted more.
But it's got
Season 5 was a
Ewok
letdown, but I wanted more.
It's got Ewok Woo Woo's son in it as a techno mage. I mean, what more can
No,
you
he
want?
was fine. He was fine, and it started off.
It's got
looking-
Ewok Woo Woo in
No,
it himself.
No. I used to think that Galen was like the best character in the whole thing, and then I rewatched it, and I'm like, oh, he's kind of awful. I always thought of him as like the Kosh of the show. He's really the Delenn of the show. He just like gets all emotional and crappy about everything.
Well, I'm still thinking back in Call to Arms. At least his presence in that.
Well, yeah, there is that. Yeah.
For anyone confused by what Colin said, his name is Peter Woodward, not Woo Woo. And by the way, I met him at a convention. Sorry to interrupt, Lawrence, but I met Peter Woodward at a convention. And this was after the Mel Gibson movie, The Patriot, had come out. Peter Woodward plays a Brit in that
He is
movie.
a Brit.
Yes, I understand. You are aware Brits will sometimes play Americans, right?
Okay.
Eli!
Anyway, so I told him that I loved him in The Patriot, and he looked at me surprised. He says, "Oh, dear Lord, you recognized me?" I was like, "Are you kidding? Your eyes, that smile? How could I not?"
Well, anyway, check him out in Beyond the Pyramids. He does a good job.
Yes, he
there.
does a good job in Beyond the Pyramids.
It was that thing is it's an old joke. Is why are there so many D's in Edward Woodward's name? Because if there weren't any D's, he'd be Ewok Woo Woo.
Gotcha.
That's where that comes from. You take out why has Edward Woodward got so many D's in his name? Because he didn't he'd be Ewok Woo Woo.
Cool beans.
Fair
All
enough.
right. All right, folks. So we're going to call it a night. Thanks for sticking with us. And anything else you want to announce? Go.
Night. It's nearly morning.
Okay. But
No, thank you very much for having me. This was great
all
fun.
right, because I know you stream all week, so people just subscribe to the channel, click that notification bell, and you'll hear about all.
Yeah,
the
we are taking a break from Slice and Dice for a couple of months because this is the time of year it's hard to get guests because everybody's doing conventions. So we're gonna do 4 weeks of talking about Crusade, and then we're gonna talk about cool 90s shows that nobody's ever heard of.
Like what?
Mantis?
This season we are going through Harsh Realm.
Oh, Harsh Realm.
Oh, somebody's heard of it.
Okay, there was a real quick. There was
Space
an
Above and Beyond.
Space Above and Beyond. I did a video. It was actually one of the first videos I did.
Okay.
But a lot of people are quite familiar with it, so I try and pick stuff that like literally people have just never heard of.
Right. There was an X-Files episode where a girl gets abducted by aliens from her bedroom while her father, played by Mark Ralston, is watching Harsh Realm in the living room.
Oh.
Now, Mulder's investigating. He's asking Ralston what happened, where were you? I was in the living room watching TV. And Mulder asks him, what were you watching? And Ralston looks down for a second. He goes, I can't remember the name. It was good, though. That's what everyone back then was saying about Harsh Realm. He's like, I can't remember the name. It was good, though.
Was that the kind of fantasy show that had like techno music?
No. It was one of the first shows about virtual reality.
Oh.
And the reason it didn't do well was that it was considered too violent for younger people, so they put it on at a later time. And none of the people who were watching it could understand what they were talking about.
So VR5.
Well, some of us could.
Terry O'Quinn was in it, and he said, I read the script, I took the part, I say the lines, but I don't actually understand any of what we're talking about.
Well, so kind of new. So you'd also got VR5. Alien Nation was 90s, I think.
Well,
Alien Nation, I remember.
Alien
that.
Nation, I also did a video on. I occasionally do what I call the underrated 90s set.
Wonderfalls?
Haven't done that one.
By the way, brilliant show. Only got one season, 12 episodes or 13. Tells a complete story.
Nice.
Tech War.
Tech War, I did a video on.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. I remember because I seem to these things turn up in my feed. Is 10 underrated sci-fi movies.
Yeah, and I guess Goat does not need a list of suggestions for more show ideas at this point. So we're going to let her.
Any more than you do.
No, I mean, I just know that she's dedicated so much time to us. I appreciate her, and I appreciate all of you, though, especially you, Colin, for being here so late. Oh, or so early, as the case may be. So anyway, good night, folks. And one last thing before we go.
And finally, here are some completely gratuitous pictures of penises to annoy the censors and to hopefully spark some sort of controversy, which it seems the only way these days to get the jaded, video-sated public off their fucking asses and back in the sodding cinema.